Hello and welcome to Red Wilson Field at Dennis Yarmouth High School for Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Today, the Whitey Red Sox close out a 3-game homestand as they take on a team looking to extend a 3-game winning streak in the Bourne Braves. We welcome you into the broadcast booth here above Red Wilson Field. I'm Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz. And Sam, a Whitey team that has tied 3 of their last 4 games, coming off a tie yesterday, 1-1 against Brewster, taking on a Bourne team that is doing the opposite of tying. They're winning their last 3 games and winning it with offense. 927 total runs in their last 3 games. How do you neutralize the Bourne Bats?
Well, just keep it as simple as it's been all summer. The Red Sox have been the best pitching team on Cape Cod. Just keep it that way today. Eric Yost, in his last outing, had his best of the summer, had the longest outing by any starting pitcher on Cape Cod this summer. Only 6 2/3. Guys don't go too deep into games here on Cape Cod due to innings limits, but still impressive for Eric nonetheless. More of that. Keep the ball on the ground like he did in Falmouth. The infield defense will be outstanding as it's been all summer, especially with Hunter Haas anchoring the defense at shortstop. Just do what you've been doing, and things should work out.
Defense that turned 3 double plays last time Eric Yost was on the mound. Let's see if they can do it again. A Whitey team that is remained atop the Eastern Division, Sam, but because of a lot of ties. And in 2 of those last 3 ties, they've had the game-winning run at third in the 9th. How do you make sure you come away with a win here today?
Well, I think it all goes back to the power hitting. The Red Sox have one of the lowest slugging percentages on Cape Cod. They haven't hit a home run since back on July the 2nd. That's almost 2 full weeks ago. I think it all goes back to that. The power outage has been a little staggering for the Red Sox so far this season. Home runs are good. They're automatic runs. You hit them, and you hit them out.
Well, we'll step aside for the national anthem and be right back to get to the lineups here at Red Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their guns bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We welcome you back to Red Wilson Field after a glorious national anthem and get you set for the final rendezvous of the summer between the Bourne Braves and the Whitey Red Sox. Of course, in the regular season, if these 2 teams were to meet again, it would be in mid-August with a championship on the line. Let's get you to the starting lineups for the Braves coming from Bourne. It begins with the lefty Bryce Emblin out of Alabama. Matt Shaw bats second from Maryland, one of the best hitters, if not the best, on Cape. Chris Brito from Rutgers bats third. Evan Slight cleans things up. Also out of Rutgers, the left-handed batter Carson Jones bats 5th from Virginia Tech. It's Wyatt Hensler in the 6th spot from UPenn. Josh Moylan out of ECU bats 7th, another left-handed batter. And 2 UNC Chapel Hill Tar Heels in the 8 and 9 spots. It's Matt Corbath and Tomas Frick. The starting pitcher, Eric Yost, the righty for the Whitey Red Sox, who is atop the mound today. Second-year player coming off his best outing ever in his 2 years under Scott Pickler. Yost was fantastic, and a big reason why, well, his defense behind him. 3 double plays turned by that infield of YD. Hunter Haas was magical with the glove. Kind of really his first game, Sam, where we saw him make multiple plays in back-to-back innings that were just jaw-dropping.
Yeah, Hunter Haas is pretty good at the whole shortstop thing. I'd say so, at least. He's impressed me with his play in the 6-hole all season long. The throws have been accurate, but the footwork and his hands especially, it seems like he has this ability not only just to get to baseballs, but to pick them cleanly no matter how he plays it. Whether it's a short hop, a long hop, an in-between hop, he always seems to come up cleanly with that baseball. And regardless of whatever position his body is in, he always gets off an accurate throw. It's something you can't really teach guys. He just drills himself with fungos every single day from the coaching staff. He's taking more ground balls than, frankly, most defensive players, especially infielders, that I've ever seen. And the hard work pays off for Hunter Haas. He's got a plus glove.
The defense out there with Hunter at short. It's Mike Bovey at third, Chase Meindroff at second. Caden Connor is on the infield today, playing third. Homer Bush Jr. is in left. Cole Carrick in center. Braden Montgomery in right. And Sam, the infield was fantastic in Yost's last start, but this outfield might be the best group we've seen all summer in YD uniforms.
Well, 70% of planet Earth is covered by water, and the rest of it is covered by Homer Bush, Cole Carrick, and Braden Montgomery. All 3 of these guys are very good defensive outfielders. All 3 of them can really run, especially Bush and Carrick. And I think if anything is hit in the air with some air underneath it in that direction to the outfield, there's going to be a good chance that a YD outfielder is going to be able to get to it, especially in left field. We've seen Bush in center and right, but left field may be the most spacious area in this outfield, period. And with Cole Carrick in center, you don't really have to worry about Homer Bush not getting to baseballs because Carrick is almost just as fast. It's going to be fun to watch this outfield. And then you talk about the arms. Bush, pretty strong arm, but both Cole Carrick and Braden Montgomery have plus arms. They are outstanding arms. Montgomery may be the best of them, but Cole Carrick has shown it off many times so far this summer. He's thrown out runners at both third base and home plate, and we're looking forward to seeing what this outfield can do for us today.
Should be a fun one. Eric Yost atop the mound for the YD Red Sox, trying to silence a group of hitters that is averaging 9 runs a game over their last 3 wins, as he makes his 5th start of the summer. Facing the lefty Bryce Eblin, Matt Shaw, Chris Brito to begin the final matchup of 2022 regular season on Cape Cod between the Bourne Braves and the YD Red Sox. Eblin, a left-handed batter, wearing that crimson red Alabama helmet with the A in script atop it. He looks at his bat, touches his right foot to it twice, and steps in the batter's box to begin things here at Red Wilson. From the first base side of the rubber, Yost opening offering. There's the slider, and there's strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. First pitch at 5 o'clock exactly. 0-1. Fastball misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Almost on the dot. The clock read 5:00:03 after that last pitch. Can't get more precise than that. Wind blowing out to left. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul tap towards the on-deck circle of Bourne. Warming up is Matt Shaw. In the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Base is empty. We're just getting going here in the top of the first. Bourne team looking for their first win against this YD team. Red Sox are 2-0-1. Had 1 tie. One of the more impressive ties we've seen all summer from these Red Sox. 1-2. Fastball misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. YD had 1 hit in that back half of the doubleheader and came away with a 2-2 tie. Luke Schliger was a big catalyst to get the Red Sox their second run. in the bottom of the 6th. Yost, 2-2. Change up, popped up down the left field line. Homer Bush giving it a run. The left fielder watches it land in between the bullpen. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Very low scoring, the 3 matchups between these 2 teams. At least the first 2 were, and then here on June 21st, these 2 teams played 3 games in 2 days. It was all offense. Bourne jumped out to a 4-0 lead midway through the 4th. Yost 2-2. Fastball hit the other way into left center field, moving over the left fielder Homer Bush, and he makes a head-eye catch for out number 1.
So what we were talking about with that outfield defense, that was struck well by Bryce Eblin, but Homer Bush, who was playing towards that opposite field, leaving a bit of a gap in left and left center for Eblin to slice it that way. He cut over like a gazelle and made a nice acrobatic run and catch.
Yeah, a play that he made on his feet. Most other left fielders probably have to make a head-first dive. So 1 out, base is empty, and here's Matt Shaw. Right-handed batter looks on, swings at a first pitch changeup. The count, no balls and 1 strike, 2. Shaw has been electric in his last 4 games. 8 for 19, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Absolutely ridiculous. 0-1. Fastball misses off the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's top 5 in the Cape in nearly every offensive category you can think of. 1-1 to Shaw. And he swings and lifts one into right. Going back to right fielder Montgomery. Turns his shoulders with the sunglasses on. Makes the catch. 2 flyouts, 1 to left, 1 to right. What we expect from Eric Yost, who loves to use that defense. And here's Chris Brito with 2 outs and the bases empty. Scoreless top of the 1st.
And in the last outing for Yost, it was a lot of balls on the ground. Of course, in a ballpark like this, you're not necessarily trying to get it up into the air, but it's a little bit counterintuitive, you would think. Usually the big part of the field is straightaway center field, but here it's the opposite. You want to get balls into the corners if you're going to get them up in the air, because that's where it plays a little more generous to the pitchers.
First pitch to the righty. He looks at a slider for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to Brito, who has done a better job at taking pitches against this YD team. In the 3 games he's played against the Red Sox, he's taken 5 walks. 0-1-2. Change up low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bases empty. Top 1. Shift is on for Chris. To the left of second base is the second baseman Chase Mydroff. At first, Caden Connor in the hole. 1-1. There's the change. Strike 2 at the knees. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brito leads the Cape in walks with 20. In a 1-2 count, Yost looking for a 1-2-3 top of the 1st against Bourne. 1-2. Slider misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brito, who broke Rutgers' single-season RBI record this past spring, driving in 74 base runners, is 2-2. Yost misses away with the slider and a full count to the most patient hitter on Cape Cod. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brito. Reminds me a lot, Sam, of Luke Schliger. He's going to make you throw in the zone. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the fastball at 90. And the first strikeout for Eric Yost ends the top of the 1st. No score through half a frame. We head to the bottom of the 1st here at Red Wilson Field. Whitey and Bourne. Goose eggs on the board. T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why we're investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more. Carlo Jimenez, Sam Lebowitz, we welcome you in to YD Red Sox baseball here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Let's get you the YD Red Sox lineup as we begin the bottom of the first. No score between Bourne and YD. Luke Schliger leads things off, the junior from Maryland. Chase Mydroff out of the University of San Diego playing his penultimate game as a YD Red Sox. Bats second. Cole Carrick bats third out of San Diego State. Caden Connor cleans things up out of Cal State Fullerton. We're staying in California. It's Brady Montgomery, the sophomore from Stanford, and then Hunter Haas out of Texas A&M bats sixth. 7-8-9, Mike Bovey from Omaha. Homer Bush Jr. from Grand Canyon, and Fernando Gonzalez from Georgia. They'll be facing off a familiar name for YD, and that is the righty Bryce Cunningham out of Vanderbilt. Bryce, who struggled in his first outing against the Red Sox, 3 1/3, 5 earned runs on 4 hits, but he's been lights out since then. In his last 2 starts, he's gone 6 innings even, allowed just 1 earned run, and a total of 4 hits, walking just 2 batters and striking out 12. Cunningham, as we've seen so many pitchers this summer, Sam, settling in, and we talked to the broadcasters for Bourne before the game. They said he might be their best arm.
Yeah, he called Cunningham the ace of this Bourne staff. The last 2 outings said he's been money.
Lefty Schliger looks on, takes a fastball away. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Cunningham's mix, going to see a fastball, a slider, and a change for the most part. Righty working from the first base side. 1-0. Fastball. Schliger hits down the left field line, curling foul. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke had 2 of the 4 hits for the Red Sox yesterday in their 1-1 tie with Brewster. Cunningham peeks over the top of his tan glove. 1-1. Schliger takes a fastball off the outer edge. 2 balls and a strike. Luke with 5 hits in his last 3 games, hitting an even .400 over this past week. 2-1-2. And he swings and foul taps one in and out of the glove of Tomas Frick, the catcher. We'll get you the rest of the defense after this at-bat. YD in the all-white unis, Red Sox across the chest, outlined in black. YD on the left shoulder, numbers on the back. Bourne with the gray pants, blue tops. Time is called by Schliger. A red line down the sides of the pants. Braves across the chest with a feather on the B in red. 2-2. Schliger checks his swing, takes ball 3 above the zone. J.C. Fernandez, the home plate umpire. Jeff Kinney at first. Alan Libardoni at third. Nobody out, nobody on, no score. Bottom 1. YD and Bourne. Here comes a 3-2. Schliger swings, rips one down the right field line. Moylan racing over, and the right fielder makes the catch, belt high. Schliger just missed that baseball, and there's one away on the line out to right. So Luke works a full count, and up comes Chase Mydroff with the bases empty and 1 away. Check that, Cole Carrick. And we have been switched up on. The lineup is not what it was supposedly relayed. We'll try to get you all the changes.
Might just be that because Chase is out on deck.
Carrick, left-handed batter. First pitch to him. He looks at a fastball away. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. First time that's happened this season. And we'll see if we can get an answer on what the changes are. 1-0 is a fastball low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Cole Carrick. Nonetheless, Carrick hitting, Mydroff on deck. Caden Connor looks like he's in the hole. So might just be the 2 and the 3 spots switching. Carrick hitting .333 over his last 7. 2-0. And he swings and drives one down the left field line. Foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, bases empty. No score, bottom 1. And it looks like those are the only 2 switching. Carrick with the blonde hair flowing out of the back of the helmet. A red barrel on the back. 2-1. And he swings and misses at a slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Cunningham has allowed just 4 hits in his last 12 innings of work. It's been spot on. And I'm sure Tim Corbin is watching Cunningham work on Cape. and excited what he's going to see for the rising sophomore. 2-2. Carrick takes. Fastball high. 3 balls and 2 strikes, back-to-back full counts. Red Sox are second on Cape in walks as a lineup. Bases empty, 1 out, no score, bottom 1. 3-2. Carrick takes. Ball 4 away. Fastball misses off the outside. And a walk down to first. Free pass for Cole Carrick, who now represents the go-ahead run. Up comes Chase Mydroff. Mydroff, the only Whitey Red Sox hovering above 300. A 307 average for him. Right-handed batter. Partly cloudy skies, stagnant clouds. Wind blowing lightly out to left. It is not the raging wind we had yesterday. Mydroff looks on the pitch, and he swings and drives one down the left field line. Slight going back, Slight towards the corner, looking up. That ball is foul. Chase just out in front, thought he might have had a home run. No balls and 1 strike. And Sam, you mentioned it in the open. It has been some time since the Red Sox have been able to put a home run over the fence.
So close. So close. July the 2nd, Johnny Long hit one here against Wareham. Red Sox haven't hit one since, but Mydroff made a bid there.
Carrick leads at first. His 13 stolen bases are second on Cape. Hands on his knees, he takes a large lead. Throw back to first, and he's back on a head first slide. No tag applied by the first baseman, Brito. It's Brito at first, Eblin at second, Matt Shaw at short, Mac Horvath at third, Evan Slight in left, Carson Jones in center, Josh Moylan in right. The 0-1, Carrick running. Fastball, swing and a miss. Throw on is wide to the left and in with a head first slide. Cole Carrick is safe. He loses his helmet as it trickles over towards shortstop. And no balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. And after yesterday, Sam, I hesitating a little bit, making sure we don't have a hitter's interference call, but none there.
Especially considering the throw is so wild there that maybe the umpires thought that he was interfered with, but evidently not. It was a much wilder throw than any of the hitter's interference calls yesterday.
0-2 to Mydroff. And he takes a ball in the dirt that trickles up the first base line. Frick keeps it in front of him, and back to second goes Cole Carrick, now with 14 stolen bases. 2 behind Riku Nishida of Hyannis, who leads the Cape in stolen bases. A light breeze and a good crowd on hand here at Red Wilson. A beautiful day for baseball on the Cape. The final game of the summer between the Bourne Braves and the Whitey Red Sox during the regular season. 1-2. Fastball misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Chase Mydroff. And J.C. Fernandez hearing it a little bit from the Bourne dugout. Toe on the right side of the slab towards first for Bryce Cunningham. Open stance, right arm dangles next to his right pocket as he looks in towards Frick. Gets the sign he likes, comes set at the belt. Looks at second. Carrick leads, arms dangling in between his legs. He's running 2-2, swinging a looper into right field. Moylan racing towards the line. The right fielder starts to charge, and it drops in front of him. Carrick, who was going back to second, heads on to third. He stops there. Mydroff is into second. Not sure how they'll score it, but a ball that hung up for a while in right. Moylan started arranging in at the last moment, sprinting forward. Tried to basket catch it with a glove. It's a hit, and there's 2 in scoring position with 1 out for the cleanup hitter, Caden Connor.
Give him a double. Why not? Looks like a line drive in the box score. Doesn't have to be pretty, but an extra base hit nonetheless for Chase Mydroff.
So now runners in scoring position. Bottom of the first, no score, but with 1 out, the sacrifice fly is in play. J.C. Fernandez wanting some balls that are in the field of play to be moved by the bat boy for Bourne. Mydroff picks up a bloop hit into right on a ball Josh Moylan will tell you he probably should have had. At third is Cole Carrick. At second is Chase Mydroff. Infield is in at third from Horvath, who's in just his second game this summer with Bourne. And a guy who gave up 1 run in his last 12 innings, trying to avoid giving up more to the left-handed bat of Caden Connor. First pitch home. Connor takes a fastball that just misses away. 91. And it seems like, Sam, that Cunningham continues to try to paint that outer edge. Inside to righties, outside to lefties. He just can't find the zone.
Been a bit of a tight strike zone so far, but he's been pretty consistent on that edge.
1-0. Connor swings, pokes one down the left field line, curling away from the left fielder's slight, and foul. Count 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 on and 1 out.
It's an interesting angle because he works from the extreme first base side of the rubber, so he's almost kind of dotting that outside corner across the plane. It's working kind of diagonally away from the left-hand hitters, so you wonder if it's an interesting angle for the ball to be coming in at.
Stares over the tip of his glove, comes set at the belt. 1-1. Connor shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a fastball above the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Inning started with Luke Schliger lining out to right on a full count. Colege walked aboard on a full count, stole second, went to third on a bloop double by Mydroff. Cole thought that ball might have been caught by Josh Moylan in right, and I think that's what everybody else felt like. So he was back at second, and then the ball dropped. Carrick went to third, as Caden Connor calls time, and Chase Mydroff rounded first and went all the way to second. Red Sox are looking for a win to end their 3-game homestand. They've tied their last 2. 2-1. Caden takes in the dirt. Curveball misses. And the count, 3 balls and a strike. Hitters count to Caden Connor. On deck is Braden Montgomery, the Pac-12 freshman of the year, in his 2nd game of action in a YD uniform. Cunningham, the ace for Bourne, trying to get out of traffic on the base paths. 2 on, 1 out, no score, bottom 1. Here's the 3-1 to Caden Connor. And he takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. Third, full count of the bottom of the 1st inning. Schliger lined out to right. Carrick walked. Caden Connor looks at his bat, adjusts his helmet, and digs in. Caden has had success against Bourne, 4 for 8 in the 3 games he's played. Here's the 3-2. And he swings and fouls off a fastball. And the count holds 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll try it again. The flag blows gently in left. Rows of lawn chairs down the left field line on the hill in left and in right. Trees stoic across center field. Carrick leads at third. Mydroff at second. 3-2. Caden Connor fights off another fastball down that left field line over the hill. And another pitch coming his way. This will be the 8th of the at-bat. And it has not been an easy bottom of the 1st for Bryce Cunningham, making his 4th appearance of the summer. Connor stares on, chokes up slightly on the bat. 2 on, 1 out. The 3-2. He looks at ball 4 away. Fastball misses off the outer edge. 2nd walk of the inning, and there's 3 ducks on the pond for the YD Red Sox for Braden Montgomery. 1 away in the bottom of the 1st. No score between Bourne and YD. Montgomery still looking for his 1st hit as a Red Sox in just his 2nd game, and we're going to get a mound visit here. And we might see action in that Bourne bullpen early. The Red Sox were able to get to Cunningham the first time they saw him back on June 21st here at Red Wilson. He went 3 1/3, ended up giving up 5 earned runs. His team worked him a 4-0 lead at the top of the 4th, and then YD rattled off 5 in the bottom of the frame, would go on to score 8 unanswered and an 8-4 win.
That was the game in which Paz Ferreras hit that bases-clearing double down the left field line. Red Sox did so without the aid of a home run in that game, but they got to Cunningham in that 4th inning and scored those 5 runs, and it was really a one batter after another type ordeal that got him.
Bases loaded, one away, bottom of the first. No score, Bourne and YD in their final game against one another in the regular season this summer. The Red Sox are looking to go 3-0-1 against the Braves. Bourne looking for their first win. First pitch to the switch-hitting lefty, and he takes a changeup away. 1 ball and no strikes. Carrick walked, stole second. Mydroff blooped the double into right. Caden Connor walked. Braden Montgomery, Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, looks at a 1-0 and swings and taps one foul towards the empty on-deck circle of Bourne. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. Red Sox have struggled offensively to get the big hit here at home. Just 2 extra base hits in their last 2 games. Cunningham doesn't like the first sign, agrees with the second. Here comes the 1-1 down the hill. There's the changeup, slow roller, left side. Horvath, the third baseman, goes to second for 1. The turn to first, not in time. Cole Carrick slides home safely. A run comes across on the fielder's choice, ground out, and there's a 1-0 lead for the YD Red Sox. Chase Mydroff goes to third. On to first is Braden Montgomery with his first RBI of the summer, and YD up 1-0.
I found it a little fascinating that with Montgomery being a fast runner, that the third baseman, Horvath, didn't come home with that baseball on the soft ground ball. Carrick is fast, but Horvath looked like he might have had time to make a throw to home plate. I don't think that there was any scenario in which they could turn a traditional 5-4-3 double play there, conceding the run, allowing Carrick to essentially walk home there.
2 outs. Here's the righty Hunter Haas, who swings and misses at a fastball. No balls and 1 strike. And Sam, for YD, it's more of the same. You get the bases loaded, and you come away with a ground ball RBI. Just this team looking for the big hit. Mydroff at third. Braden Montgomery with decent speed at first. 0-1. Haas looks at a slider, catches the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, the team in general is hitting 158 with the bases loaded. That's in 38 at bats, so now 39. So not a particularly small sample size over the course of these 27 or so games for the Red Sox. They just really haven't had the big hits.
0-2. Haas fights off a fastball, lifts it down the right field line and out of play. Count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Hunter is just 1 for his last 20 in his last 6 games. Red Sox bases loaded with 1 out. And Mac Horvath at third decided to go to first. Instead of coming home, Sam, you mentioned it, all you have to do is step on the plate. No need for a tag. It was a force, but felt like maybe they had a chance to turn 2. 0-2. Haas pops one up on the infield behind the pitcher's mound. Coming in from third, Horvath makes the catch head high just above the brim of his red cap. And that ends the bottom of the first. Whitney loads him up with 1 out. They only bring 1 across, leave 2 stranded on a 1 hit and 2 walks. We head to the second. It's 1-0 Red Sox here at Red Wilson Field. Cape Cod Veterinary Specialist offers premier emergency and specialty care for your pet when it matters most. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis. Learn more at CapeCodVetSpecialist.com. That's CapeCodVetSpecialist.com. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz, our producer Zack Clapp, as we welcome you into the second inning here at Red Wilson Field, the final matchup of the regular season between the Bourne Braves and the Whitey Red Sox. And the Red Sox with a 1-0 lead thanks to an RBI groundout on a fielder's choice by Braden Montgomery in the bottom of the first. Here's the lefty Evan Slight as Eric Yost works from the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and deals and takes a slider that misses low and in. 1 ball and no strikes. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Bourne Braves. 2 lefties and then the righty Wyatt Hensler facing Yost for the first time today. Here comes the 1-0. And he swings and rolls one right side. Chase Mydroff, the second baseman, vacuums it up from deep in the dirt. Lofts to first. There's one away. So one left-handed batter retired. And up comes another. Carson Jones out of Virginia Tech. 1-0 YD leads on a absolutely gorgeous day here at Red Wilson Field. Light clouds above Red Wilson. People with their lawn chairs down the left field and right field lines. Opening offering. Curveball misses away. 1 ball and no strikes to Jones. Shift is on for Carson. Playing to the right of second base is the third baseman Mike Bovey. In the hole is Chase Mydroff. 1-0. Changeup. And misses high. 2 balls, no strikes. And playing more down the third baseline is Hunter Haas. Jones, well, he's been hitting the ball well in his 4 games here with Bourne. The 2-0 is a fastball low. 3 balls, no strikes. He's got hits in all 4 games, hitting .400 even. Wasn't an everyday guy for Virginia Tech, but when he was in, hit well. .327 over his 55 at-bats. 3-0. Fastball misses off the outer edge. A 4-pitch walk to Carson Jones. There's the first base runner of the day for the Bourne Braves. 1 on with 1 out, 1-0 YD leads. And here's Wyatt Hensler. Hensler out of UPenn, who led the Ivy League in a lot of offensive categories. Unanimous first-team All-Ivy League selection. Yost looks in, defense straight away. First pitch to the righty is a fastball that misses off the edge. That's 5 straight balls now from Eric Yost. With the tying run at first, they go ahead at the plate. Hensler waves the bat, belt high. Now twirls it above his head. 1-0. Slider catches on the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a pretty good slider there by Eric Yost, who's featured both the slider and the curveball. The slider he uses more to the right-hand hitters as a get-me-over pitch to get ahead of guys. That was a nice one on the outside corner.
Big lead at first from Jones. Here comes the 1-1. Slider misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Carson Jones did not steal a base at Virginia Tech. Has 2 this summer, though. Both of them coming against Hyannis in that 18-10 win. An 11-run 9th inning for Bourne. There he goes, a great jump. 2-1 is a fastball low, and Fernando Gonzalez isn't even going to try to throw to second base. Carson Jones with his 3rd stolen base of the summer. And here's a 3-1 count. The tying run is in scoring position, and now John Raiola wants to go talk to his pitcher, Eric Yost. And Sam, what do you think Raiola's talking to Yost about? Down 3-1 in this count, tying run at second and 1 out in the top of the second.
I think just giving him a breather. He's been a little bit all over the place in this inning. 7 of the last 8 pitches outside the strike zone. Sometimes in these mound visits, they don't actually talk much about strategy or baseball. It's really just a break for the pitcher. Maybe change his mindset a little bit. Maybe get him to laugh with a joke or something. It depends on the pitching coach. There are some who provide more levity in these situations, some who are a little more stern and try to get these guys back on their game plan. But really all it is just a break. And if you have something to tell them, maybe a mechanical tweak, something that you notice from the dugout, then that's the time to give it.
I haven't seen Raiola come out in the middle of an at-bat much this summer, but he comes out with a 3-1 count to the righty Hensler with a runner at second and 1 out. 1-0 YD, top 2. The pitch. Fastball popped up on the infield. Right side first baseman Caden Connor using the glove to shade him. Chase Mydroff, the second baseman, calls him off and makes the catch. In the process, pushes Caden away. Looked like Caden had it the whole way, and then Chase said, "I want it."
Usually you got to defer to the guy with the bigger glove, but Chase Mydroth really taking charge on that one. Caught it on a light jog, even though it was really closer to Caden Connor.
And Connor was set up shop underneath.
Two guys who have a lot of fun on the baseball field are always smiling. They're joking around with each other.
Lefty Josh Moylan swings and misses at a first pitch slider. No balls and 1 strike. 1-0 YD, top 2. Carson Jones worked a 4-pitch walk. He stole second base. And here's Moylan, a returning Bourne Brave. Trying to get out of a rut. 1 for his last 20. 0-1, runner goes. Fastball misses away. Gonzalez throw to first in plenty of time. Got him! Fernando Gonzalez sends Carson Jones back to the dugout. He steals second, but not third. And we head to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0. YD leads Bourne. Bottom of the second inning here at Red Wilson Field. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz and our producer Zack Clapp. As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass Day Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to many lottery games that help support all 351 towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more. The Whitey Red Sox hold a 1-0 lead over the Bourne Braves and are coming to bat in the bottom of the second. Due up for YD. It's the bottom of the lineup. 7, 8, 9. Mike Bovey, Homer Bush Jr., and the man who ended the top of the second, Fernando Gonzalez, who caught Carson Jones trying to take third. Bovey, who batted in the 8th spot yesterday, has been working towards the bottom of the lineup, and it is working out for Mike. Hits in 5 of his last 7 games. Starting to refine that swing that worked so well for him to begin the summer. First pitch to the lefty. Cunningham shows him a fastball that catches off the outside part of the plate. J.C. Fernandez called that a strike, Sam. We saw the same pitch called a ball a couple times in the bottom of the first. Here's an 0-1. Another fastball on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. And wouldn't be surprised if they go right back to it. Cunningham was trying to work that as a strike multiple times in the bottom of the first. 0-2. Bovey looks at a changeup away. Bounces in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We've seen Mike be on the end of some fairly generous calls off the outside corner all season. Probably feels like more of the same for him.
1-2. He swings and misses at a high fastball. Strike 3. Mike Bovey strikes out. First strikeout for Bryce Cunningham begins the bottom of the second. There's 1 away, and up comes Homer Bush Jr. And if you're Mike, again, Sam, you mentioned it, it feels like that's a pitch that's been called a ball through the first frame, and all of a sudden, Cunningham deals 2 strikes on the outside part of the plate. Righty Homer Bush Jr. swings at the first pitch, sends it right back where it came from into center field, a base hit. Homer Bush Jr. wasting no time. A 1-out single in the bottom of the second. 1-0 YD leads. And here's Fernando Gonzalez.
Nice little ambush tactic by Homer. With Cunningham, who walked 2 guys in the first inning, and is going to want to be around the plate much more moving forward. Getting a pitch in the middle of the plate and putting a good enough swing on it to find some space up the middle of the diamond was going to be a tough play, even if Matt Shaw got to that baseball with all of Homer's speed. But now a chance for the Red Sox to tack onto their lead with the fastest guy on their roster on the base paths.
Bush with a aggressive lead at first. Cunningham peeks over his shoulder. There goes Bush. First pitch. Swinging is Fernando Gonzalez on one hop. Gobbled up by the pitcher, Cunningham. He lofts underhand to first for the out. A hit and run. Gonzalez retired. Bush on to second. There's 2 outs with a runner in scoring position. Here's Luke Schliger. And Sam, you seem a little disappointed.
Bush had a perfect jump. I think you got to let that ball go through if you're Fernando Gonzalez, unless it was a hit and run call. If it was a steal call by Scott Pickler, I think on the first pitch of an at-bat, you got to let that ball go through. But if that ball gets past the mound, which it almost did, then it was going to be an impossible play with the second baseman going to cover the bag.
Lefty Schliger looks on. Opening offering his way. He swings and misses at a changeup. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, you feel like with the speed of Homer Bush Jr., who we have not seen anybody throw out, maybe letting him run and test the arm of Frick. Runner at second, 2 away, 1-0 YD. And looking back at second is Cunningham. Of course, the Red Sox, who have struggled to score runs as of late, hitting just .210 in their last 10 games. Any base runners you can get, Scott Pickler might feel like he needs to get them into scoring position. The 0-1. Schliger takes a fastball away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1-0 YD. Bottom of the second, 2 outs on a beautiful day here at Red Wilson Field. Concentric circles around Bryce Cunningham's mound. Almost feels like a portal could open up. The way those circles that are different colors. 1-1. And a foul tap just gets underneath the glove of Frick in that bright blue, Tar Heel blue helmet. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Schliger's been among the Red Sox best hitters with runners in scoring position as of late. He's got RBIs in 3 straight games, Carlo. Drove in the lone run yesterday with an opposite field single. Had a 2-run single the day before that, or the game before that, rather, before the off day. So there's a guy that you want up right now. It might be Luke Schliger.
Bush with a healthy lead at second with great speed. 1-2. Fastball off the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And you're right, Sam. Schliger has had 4 of his 5 RBIs this summer come in his last 3 games. A guy who's found his rhythm. Crowding the plate slightly, waves the bat in a circle in front of him. Now twirls it above his left shoulder. Bush leads at second. Cunningham looks at second, looks in, and watches Homer Bush Jr. go back to the bag as he steps off the top of the mound. Carrick on deck. He scored the lone run back in the first. 1-0 YD, bottom 2. 2-2, Bush is running, and a swing and a foul down the left field line. And we've seen Scott Pickler call a lot of hit and runs. There's the second of the inning, if that was called.
Homer might have the confidence from his manager to be able to run whenever he feels he can get a jump, given his speed and his ability as a base stealer. We saw in the last inning stealing third with 2 out, maybe not the greatest idea of all time, but if it works, it works.
2-2. Schliger takes ball 3. Fastball off the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second time Luke Schliger has worked a full count. He lined out to right last time up. No shadows here at Red Wilson on the field. Cunningham atop the mound has a long shadow behind him towards first. Glove tucked against his chest, right arm by his side, comes set just above the belt buckle. Homer Bush at second. Cunningham looks that way. 2 outs, runner at second, the 3-2. Schliger swings and misses and a changeup and strikes out to end the bottom of the second. 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs come across. Third inning coming your way here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. It's 1-0. The Whitey Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. Well, hello from Captain Parker's Pub over in West Yarmouth on Route 28. The entire crew from Captain Parker's wants to give you a big salute to Cape Cod baseball, especially the young players that dedicate so much time and effort to baseball, America's pastime. So join us for lunch or dinner or a bowl of a world-famous clam chowder. Captain Parker's, easy to find, awfully hard to leave. Top of the third inning coming at you here at Red Wilson Field, where the Whitey Red Sox hold a 1-0 lead against the Bourne Braves in the final matchup of the regular season between these two teams. Eric Yost kicks and deals to the left-handed bat of Josh Moylan, who looks at a first pitch, change up high. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Yost facing the minimum through the first 2 frames, 1-0. Fastball misses below the knees, 2 balls and no strikes. Did walk Carson Jones, but Jones was thrown out trying to take third. Yost coming off the longest outing of the summer by any Cape League pitcher. 2-0, fastball paints the outside part of the plate, 2 balls and a strike. Going 6 2/3 against the Falmouth Commodores. Flag blowing gently out to left. And a bright blue sky hangs overhead Red Wilson Field. Eric Yost, 2-1. Moylan fights off a fastball in on his hands, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Josh wearing those bright purple shoes, the Adidas logo on the outside of him with a purple Evo shield on his right leg. Out of ECU, 2-2. And he swings and cues one off the end of the bat down the first base line. Pops off the glove of the first baseman, Caden Connor, and safely at first is Josh Moylan. Connor dropped to a knee down the line, tried to take it on the third hop, and it just ricocheted on him. An E3. And there's a runner at first, the tying run with nobody out in the top of the third. Here's Mac Horvath. Not how you want to start an inning. And a guy who's been a sure glove for the Whitey Red Sox, Caden Connor, got a bat hop, and a ball just ran up on him. So here's the right-handed bat of Horvath in his second appearance this summer with the Bourne Braves. Runner at first is the tying run. He's the go-ahead. He sees the first pitch, lifts it into center field for a base hit. Moylan stops at second, 1 pitch, and there's the first hit of the summer for Mac Horvath. And all of a sudden, Bourne has the tying run at second, the go-ahead at first. 1-0 Whitey leads in the top of the third. Up comes the 9-hole hitter, Tomas Frick. Tomas just 1 for his last 20. The catcher today, batting out of the 9 spot. A guy who comes from a baseball family with red tape on both of his wrists, looks towards first, gets the signs and digs back in. Tying run at second is Josh Moylan. At first is Mac Horvath, the go-ahead run. Eric Yost allows the first two to reach in the third. Can he work out of the traffic on the base paths? He looks back at second and fakes a throw towards Moylan. Caden Connor at first base and Mike Bovey at third with their toes on the infield grass. The defense up the middle playing double play depth. First pitch home. A bunt pulled back as the changeup misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Tomas Frick. Frick hit .260 as a sophomore. He's out of Greenville, South Carolina. You might recognize that. They hosted the opening round of the NCAA tournament for basketball this year. 2 on, nobody out, 1-0 Whitey leads. The 1-0. Another bunt. This one down the third baseline. A good one. Picked up on the bare hand by the pitcher, Yost, who lofts the throw to first, covering the second baseman, Mydroff. He makes the head-eye catch for out number 1. On to third goes Moylan. On to second goes Horvath. Tomas Frick does his job. There's 2 in scoring position with 1 away. And the leadoff hitter comes up to the plate. The lefty, Bryce Eblin, tying run at third. Go ahead at second. 1-0 Whitey leads Bourne. Trying to end the Braves' 3-game winning streak. Meanwhile, the Red Sox are looking to grab a win during this 3-game homestand. Eblin with the Alabama A atop his crimson red helmet. Looks towards the righty Yost. He flew out to left his first time up. First pitch home. And he takes a changeup low. 1 ball and no strikes. An offense for Bourne that has tallied 27 runs across this 3-game winning streak. And Bryce Eblin's been a big part of it. His last 4 games hitting above 500. He's had multiple hits in each of the last 4 and an RBI in all 3 of those wins. 1-0. And he takes the ball low and away. Throw back to first. They got him! Snap back throw to third. Moylan tagged out by Bovey, who made an incredible play just to catch that baseball. Was shielded by Moylan. Mike reached out into foul territory, snagged the throw from Fernando Gonzalez, and tagged the runner at third. There's 2 away. What a play by Bovey and Gonzalez. And now third base umpire Alan Libardani is going to have to explain to the Bourne bench. They do not agree with that play. Moylan didn't slide back. He tried to walk back on his feet, Sam, and he was called out.
Throw was right to his midsection, and he actually made that a much easier tag than Mike Bovey. Had he gotten down and dirty, then certainly he probably would have gotten away from that tag. And we just got an ejection.
And so Bourne has seen their manager ejected, and he's going to get his money's worth as he walks back out.
As Scott Landers getting run in this game here in just the 3rd inning over a pickoff play there at third base. That's huge. We've seen already 1 ejection earlier this season in Hyannis.
Yeah, Eric Beatty ejected in Hyannis.
And what we saw there is that he was suspended for 3 games, not because of the ejection itself, but because of how long he stayed and argued on field after the ejection. And that's what Scott Landers just did. He was getting his money's worth with the first base umpire, Jeffrey Kinney, for a good while.
The rule is you have to leave the field technically within 45 seconds. And I will say Landers not nearly as much as arguing as Beatty did, who was out there for maybe a minute or 2 after he got ejected. Landers just had a couple of words to say, and now will grab his things and leave. So I would be surprised to see the same penalty applied to Landers that was applied to Beatty, considering how differently those interactions went.
Well, I guess we'll find out eventually, but he did stay out there for at least 30 seconds or so.
And wasn't given a whole lot of wiggle room, Sam. Not exactly sure what he said. Obviously, that matters a lot more than how long he said it, but was tossed pretty quickly by Alan Libardani.
It was never really a heated conversation, it didn't look like. But clearly he said something that got him tossed from this game.
Count 1 ball and 1 strike. To the left-handed bat of Bryce Eblin. Still a big spot in this game. Runner at third is at second is the tying run in Matt Horvath. Eric Yost stares in, glove pinned against his left hip. He comes set at the belt. The 1-1. Slider misses low and in. And they count 2 balls and a strike to Eblin. So Bourne without their manager, Scott Landers, after he's tossed from this game. YD with a 1-0 lead in the top of the 3rd. Deep in the hole at second is the second baseman, Mydroff. Here comes Yost, 2-1. And he swings and hits one off the end of the bat on a short hop, gobbled up by the shortstop, Hunter Haas, up the middle. He'll throw to first and end the frame. 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs come across. A controversial top of the 3rd that saw Scott Landers tossed from this one at Red Wilson Field. It's 1-0 YD. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. Kids Baseball Clinics. If you're a sports card collector, be sure to stop by and check out the latest releases, graded cards, supplies, and more. A local favorite for hobby enthusiasts across Massachusetts. And, of course, your Cape Cod Baseball League. Stop in our store and mention code Red Sox to get one free pack of 2022 Top Baseball Update with any purchase. Some exclusions apply. And visit us at 71 Main Street in Carver, Massachusetts, or online at mpsportscards.com. We welcome you back to YD Baseball here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Bottom of the third inning coming your way. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for YD. Cole Carrig, Chase Mydroff, and Caden Connor. Triple C's as we begin the bottom of the third. 1-0. The YD Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves in the last matchup of the summer between these two teams. Who just joined us in the top of the third inning. Scott Landers was tossed by Jeff Kinney, the first base umpire, on a controversial call at third. First pitch to the switching lefty, Carrig. He swings and misses at a changeup. No balls and 1 strike. Carrig walked and scored the only run of the game back in the first. Cunningham's 0-1. Fastball misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bryce, who's given up 2 hits today, matching his total in his last 2 outings, although the bigger number is the 2 walks he's allowed, tying the most he's allowed in a single outing this summer. 1-1. Carrig pops one up, in on the hand, straight back over the press box. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was the slider from Cunningham. Bryce with the glove like a mask over his face. He peers just over the top of it to get to the signs. 1-2. Fastball up and away. 91 on the radar gun. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Some fans out in center and left center, but they're in the shade. Not a lot of people braving the sun here at Red Wilson. It's a very popular place to be down the left field line. 2-2. Carrig looks at a ball in the dirt. Did that get him? Slider missed low and in. Did not clip Carrig. And a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to him. Second time Cole Carrig has faced a full count. And the 4th time today, a YD Red Sox has faced a full count. Flag barely moving in left center. Nobody on, nobody out. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Carrig. 1-0 YD leads. The pitch. Carrig takes ball 4. Fastball off the outer edge. Down to first goes Carrig. Second time he's drawn a walk. The YD Red Sox have drawn 3 today. That's the most Cunningham has allowed in a single outing this summer. And here's the right-handed bat of Chase Mydroff with a runner at first. Nobody out. 1-0 YD in the bottom of the third. Bourne team on the rise. Over their last 5, this has been a Braves club that is swinging the bat better than anybody on Cape, hitting .297 over their last 5 games. First pitch to the righty, Mydroff, and he takes a slider for strike 1, thigh high on the outer edge. And so, Sam, you look at that number, and you think this righty Red Sox team is going to need every run they can get here today. And a leadoff walk to Carrig need to bring him home. Already 1 stolen base for him. He leads at first. Cunningham's 0-1. He does not run. And Mydroff rolls one up the middle into center field. It squeaks through for a base hit. Rounding second. Heading to third is Carrig. He's in there sliding. Chase Mydroff with his 2nd hit of the day. He has 2 of the 3 for the YD Red Sox. And now runners at the corners and nobody out. The struggles for Cunningham continue against this YD team. Here's Caden Connor.
Well, I was wondering when they were going to get Cole Carrig moving in that at-bat, but they didn't even get a chance to because Mydroff aggressive against Cunningham, who, despite the 3 walks, has been mostly around the plate in this game. And that ball was just a 10-hopper that found space up the middle of the diamond, and Cole read it well, rounded the base hard around second, and as soon as he saw that that ball kind of slowed down in the outfield grass, and Carson Jones didn't charge it all that hard in straightaway center, it was going to be an easy chance for Cole to make it all the way to third base.
Carrig 90 feet away. Mydroff at first. Here's the lefty, Caden Connor. He swings at the first pitch, hits one sharply off the mound, gobbled up by the shortstop Shaw, who steps on second, throws to first. There's 2 away. Scoring from third is Cole Carrick, and YD doubles their lead. They lead 2-0 on the sacrifice ground down that turns 2 by Caden Connor.
That's the hardest hit ball of the inning for the Red Sox. Unfortunately for Caden Connor, that it took a favorable hop off the mound, got some airtime, and found its way in Matt Shaw's glove. Doesn't get the RBI, but if there is a situation in which you take a double play, it would be that spot. Gets another run home for the Red Sox.
Switching lefty, Braden Montgomery looks on. Cunningham deals and watches a fastball miss away. 1 ball and no strike. So the base path's cleared now with 2 away. Red Sox with Singletons in the bottom of the first, Singleton in the bottom of the third. 1-0 to Montgomery, who swings and misses at a fastball. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Braden with the only RBI today. Grounded into a fielder's choice that scored Carrick back in the first. His first of the summer. And when Cole Carrick gets on, good things have happened for the Red Sox. Cunningham's 1-1 down the hill. Fastball off the outside, 2 balls and a strike. Bourne has won 3 in a row, trying to make it 4 for the first time this summer. The Red Sox looking for a win. They lead 2-0. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Big hack from Montgomery on the change. And they count 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. A light breeze flows across Red Wilson Field on a sunny day. Just under 80 on Cape. A warm one. 2-2 to Montgomery. And he swings and misses at another changeup and strikes out. The 3rd strikeout of the game for Bryce Cunningham ends the 3rd inning. But 1 run comes across on 1 hit. Nobody left on. And YD leads 2-0 through 3. Sam Lebowitz will take you through the meat of this one. 2-0. The Red Sox on top as we head to the 4th.
Hey, Sox fans, have you ever thought about buying or selling a home? Emily Szymanski of the Salty Dog Group is your pet-friendly neighborhood realtor. As part of the team at the Keller Williams Realty of Cape Cod and the Islands, Emily is your go-to resource for home buying and selling. Call Emily Szymanski at 508-221-0196 or visit thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. That's thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. We go to the 4th here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox nursing a 2-0 lead. Runs on groundouts in the 1st and 3rd for the Red Sox in support of Eric Yost, who's dealt with some traffic, but only 1 hit and no runs to his ledger. Been helped out by some defense behind him that's been outstanding. Matt Shaw steps in, right-hand hitter. First pitch, a slider that drops in strike 1 over the outside corner. Matt Shaw, the shortstop out of Maryland, flew out deep to right in his first time through. Shaw has been outstanding this summer. 0-1, a fastball that missed off the outside edge. Shaw's from about an hour and a half down the road out in Brimfield, Massachusetts, but you wonder if it's felt like a homecoming for him. The 1-1 is a changeup in the dirt. Count 2-1 on Shaw, who is overall hitting .342 in his 19 games as a Brave. With 4 homers, he's driven in 15 runs. Potentially a front runner for the league MVP award at the end of the summer in just 3 weeks. 3-1 is rolled up the middle. Hunter Haas ranging a long way into a dive. His throw from his backside will be late. Hunter Haas with a Herculean effort. But Shaw, who's got 12 stolen bases this season, just runs too well and beats out an infield hit. The second Bourne hit, it starts the 4th.
A ball that only one man I know could get to. Hunter Haas, a terrific play up the middle, but you mentioned it, Sam. Shaw with too much speed, and Bourne once again has the tying run at the plate.
And Chris Brito is the hitter. Infield shifts to the pull side against the right-hand slugger. Brito has 2 home runs this summer, which feels like a small number for a guy with as much power as him. Shaw leads at first. First pitch to him is a slider that's fouled back. However, according to our lovely friends in the Bourne broadcast team, Calvin Cristoforo and Ben Spector, they tell us that the 2 home runs that Brito hit were both north of 440 feet distance-wise. So when he gets into them, he really gets into them. Check on Shaw at first. He's also got 8 doubles this year, which is tied for second with his teammate Matt Shaw over at first base right now on Cape Cod in doubles. 5th in extra base hits in total. Another check on Shaw at first.
Bourne has seen the strength of Gonzalez's arm, and we'll see if they want to test him again. He's already thrown out 1 and picked off another.
And Shaw can steal him. He's got 12 this summer. Brito stands 6'1" and a thick 220 pounds, and they'll check on Shaw one more time. Criminal justice major out of Rutgers and a New Jersey native from Perth Amboy. A 13 Big Ten selection each of the last 2 seasons. 0-1. Foul back, a fastball, and the count quickly 0-2 on Brito, who stands at home plate adorned with a black helmet, the scarlet R atop it. Works well with the color scheme of the Braves, the red lettering, both on the chest and the back of their navy blue jerseys. Gray pants, red stripe down the side, red cleats for Brito. 0-2. Up and away, a fastball, close pitch. Gonzalez held it an extra beat. J.C. Fernandez said no. 3 infielders on the pull side for the right-hand slugger. Stands in a wide crouch, the bat perched above his shoulder, and now he gets it moving. 1-2. In the dirt, out in front of Gonzalez, runners heading to second. The throw down, Majdroth's tag. Safe. Oh, safe is the call by Alan Liberdani. That ball didn't get far away from Fernando Gonzalez, and Shaw went anyways. Gonzalez's throw was strong to the first base side of second, a little high, and Majdroth ranging backwards to tag him. Apparently didn't get him. Close play. Shaw advances on a short, wild pitch. No argument from the Red Sox dugout, despite how close that play looked. It's a 2-2 count on Chris Brito. No force any longer. Here's a 2-2. In the dirt again, he held on a slider. Gonzalez, this one knocks it down right in front of him. No advance by Shaw. The count runs full on Brito. Brito struck out his first time. That's the lone strikeout for Eric Yost in this game. But he's used to seeing 3-ball counts. Brito, with his 20 walks this summer, leads Cape Cod in free passes. An imposing figure at the plate with lots of power. Red Sox lead 2-0. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. He spun him a breaking ball. And Brito, again, has struck out. That's the first out here in the top of the 4th. And it doesn't get much easier. Another Rutgers slugger, Evan Slight, the reigning Cape Cod Player of the Week, thanks to a loud offensive performance. Last week, the hitting streak for Slight is up to 9 games. Over that span, he's hitting .441. He stands with Matt Shaw at second. First pitch to him with 1 out is a slider that bends into the dirt. Nothing in 1 ball, no strikes. Slight's got that batting average on the season up to a healthy .339. Pair of homers, he's driven in 8. 7 of those 8 RBIs have come in his 9-game hitting streak. 1-0. Curve chopped the other way. Hunter Haas a long way to go. His throw goes to third. Safe. The play was in front of the runner, Matt Shaw, who had to kind of evade it as he headed towards third. Haas was not going to have a play on Slight at first. A heads-up throw to third, but it was late getting to Shaw. Going to be an infield hit for Evan Slight. With one out, Red Sox leading 2-0 here in the fourth. Carson Jones now the hitter.
And Eric Yost, who worked out of the first two, reaching in the third. And try to do it again here with 2 on and 1 out in the fourth.
Jones took a walk his first time. He stole second, then was picked off of third base by Fernando Gonzalez, who got him straggling off the base after a pitch away. Left-hand hitter, first one to him. Breaking ball that hits the outside corner. Yost backdoored it in the count 0-1. Jones just in his 5th game as a Brave. Has hits in all of the first 4 before this one with a homer and 5 driven in, a 400 hitter. Has added an extra element to the middle of this Bourne lineup. 0-1. Rolled up the middle towards second, could be 2. Mydroth flips to Haas for 1. Relay to first is in time, they turn 2. Well, the Red Sox turned 3 double plays in support of Eric Yost in his last outing. He works out of the jam with a twin killing to end the top half of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Red Sox leading the Bourne Braves 2-0 here at Red Wilson Field. Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops and first responders who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and all Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by Zephyr Hats, the Massachusetts State Lottery, and OT Sports. Support our troops and first responders and join us by wearing red each Friday. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. Here in the bottom half of the fourth, the Red Sox leading the Bourne Braves 2-0. Red Sox have scored both their runs on RBI groundouts in the first and in the third, and they'll try to tack on against the Vanderbilt right-hander, who has looked good despite the traffic and the 2 runs against his ledger, Bryce Cunningham. Hunter Haas, followed by Mike Bovey, Homer Bush. That's 6 through 8 in the Red Sox order to face him here in the fourth. First pitch to Hunter Haas is low and in for ball 1. Haas popped out to third to end that run-scoring first inning for the Red Sox. He stands in. Bit of a struggling hitter as of late. 1-0 to him is away. Count quickly 2-0 on Hunter Haas. Hunter's 1 for his last 20. That comes after an extended hitting streak. Trying to get back on the right track. 2-0 is pulled deep down the line, heading foul over the Red Sox bullpen, where a group of children go chasing after it. A nice-sized crowd here on this Wednesday evening. We thank you for joining us here at Red Wilson Field or on the broadcast, wherever you may be tuning in from. 2-1 to Haas. Is off the fist, softly to short. Shaw plays it on one hop. His throw to first is in time. Make it 1 for 21 for Hunter Haas. He's set aside with the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Mike Bovey will try to get something working. Bovey went down swinging his first time.
See if Cunningham goes back to the outer edge to try to pick up a pair of strikes against Bovey. That's how he tacked him the first time. Maybe Mike's sitting fastball here.
Outfield shifts to the opposite field on Bovey. First pitch, fastball away. This time it missed. The count 1-0. He got ahead of Bovey with those fastballs away in his first at-bat, like you said, Carlo. And then went upstairs to strike him out swinging. 1-0. Low, a changeup. So the count 2-0 on Bovey, who himself has been struggling. Just 139, the batting average over Bovey's last 13 games after he got off to a torrid start. It was really him and Colege who paced the Red Sox offense early in this season. 2-0, swing and a miss. But as of late, Bovey has been scuffling. His average is down to 243 on the summer coming into this game. Two and one count on him. Infield plays straight up. And here it comes. Checked his swing and went around on a slider running towards his back foot. Bovey fooled there, and the count 2-2 on the reigning Summit League Player of the Year, who hit .364 with 8 homers and 23 doubles for Nebraska Omaha this year. But it looks like pitching has adjusted to Mike after early season success here with the Wood Bats this summer. 2-2 away, a fastball, and the count runs full. Bovey had success last summer with Wood Bats. He was a Northwoods League All-Star with Duluth. Hit a home run in the All-Star game en route to a summer in which he hit .342. 3-2. Upstairs for ball 4. He takes a walk. It's the 15th walk of the season for Mike Bovey, who continues to keep that on-base percentage floating in the 380s despite the low batting average as of late. He stands at first with one away. And Homer Bush, who singled his first time around, will step into the box. That's the 4th walk of this game for Bryce Cunningham, who hadn't been walking much coming into this outing. Had 4 walks total in his 3 prior starts. First one to Bush, a fastball taken on the outside corner for a strike.
And this next pitch will be number 75 for him. Action up in the Bourne bullpen.
Red Sox have done a good job of making him throw lots of pitches. Hasn't been particularly efficient with all the traffic against him. 3 hits and the 4 walks. 0-1 to Bush. Is lifted shallow to right center field. That ball's going to sit down for a base hit in front of Moylan. Homer Bush is 2 for 2. Up to second goes Mike Bovey. Didn't hit it hard, but he got it over the second baseman Eblin's head. And a scoring chance for the Red Sox to extend their lead. Fernando Gonzalez will hit with 2 on and 1 out.
Homer Bush Jr. continues to hit well against this Bourne team. He's found success in the past against them. 3 for 5. 2 more hits against Bourne.
Was that game in which he stole 4 bases against the Braves? I believe it was. First one to Gonzalez. Taken away.
You're correct.
It
3
was.
hits.
That was his first start for the Red Sox. It was the 8-4 win the last time these two teams played. He had 3 hits and 4 steals. So now 5 hits out of Homer's 8 this summer have come against Bourne. Or rather 10 now. 1-0 is chopped foul. Got to factor in the new ones into the stat line. 5 of his 10 hits. So half of them, if my math is correct, Carlo.
I believe that's right.
I think that stands up.
Homer Bush Jr. is going to be sad that this is the last game he faces the Bourne Braves in the regular season.
Well, Homer's at-bats have looked a lot better since Fenway Day on Monday. He looked solid yesterday for the Red Sox. The swings have been a little more consistent for Homer. 1-1 to Gonzalez. Is rolled up the middle. Shaw on a couple of hops. Flips to second for one. Eblin's relay to first is in time, a double play. Gonzalez grounds into the double play. Ends things here in the 4th. Each team turning 2 in the 4th inning. We head to the 5th here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox leading the Braves 2-0. Giardino's Family Restaurant is a proud sponsor of the Whitey Red Sox, a Cape Cod tradition. Same location for 52 years. Giardino's is a part of the community, giving back to many and various organizations. As part of the recognition, the Yarmouth Little League field is named in memory of their dad, who founded the business in 1970. Giardino's is a family-oriented operation serving a wide-range menu sure to please everyone. Give them a try and you will come back. Visit them at 242 Main Street on Route 28 in West Yarmouth, or visit giardinosfamilyrestaurant.com. We go to the fifth here at Red Wilson Field. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez as the Braves come to bat, trailing the Whitey Red Sox 2-0. Final time that these two teams will square off in the regular season, an interleague matchup between the third-place team in the West, the Bourne Braves, coming off a 3-game win streak, and the Eastern Division leaders, the Whitey Red Sox, who are trying to, frankly, just avoid a tie. It seems like that's been the name of the game for the Red Sox as of late. 3 of their last 4 ties. Eric Yost, his first pitch to Wyatt Hensler. This is just off the plate, 1-0, a fastball. Red Sox have 2 consecutive ties, a 6-6 tie to Chatham, a 1-1 tie yesterday. That was against Brewster. 1-0 is smoked down the right field line. It's curving foul. And the count 1-1 on Hensler. He popped out to second his first time. Eric Yost has done a good job of quieting a Braves team that has scored 27 runs over its previous 3 games. 1-1. Breaking ball. Beauty. It bends in for strike 2. Count 1-2 on Wyatt Hensler. Hensler out of UPenn was a record setter for Penn this year. Single season records in home runs, hits, runs, and total bases. 1-2, chopped to short. Hunter Haas charges, picks it, throws on first in time. Hunter Haas continues to play an excellent shortstop for the Red Sox, and he's part of the reason why Eric Yost has been so good for the Red Sox as of late. Yost, his last start, the longest start by a Cape Cod League starting pitcher all summer for any team. He went 6 2/3 at Falmouth, came a batter away from finishing 7 scoreless. Here's Josh Moylan, left-hand hitter. First pitch, fastball off the knees. In that outing at Gov Fuller Field, Yost was benefited by 3 double plays turned behind him. Red Sox have turned 1 in this game. That was in the last inning in the 4th. 1-0. Slider over the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. It came with runners on the corners. And it was a nice turn at the Keystone by Mydroth and Haas to turn it over and prevent the run from scoring. 1-1. Rolled to the right side, over a few steps, into a crouch. Chase Mydroth. His throw to first is on time. So 2 quick outs on the ground for Eric Yost. He's cruising in this one. Just 59 pitches. Now that was his 60th for Yost, as he's working with 2 outs here in the 5th. Here's Mac Horvath. Right-hand hitter poked a single his first time. First pitch, this foul tipped back. Oh, no balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1. Misses down. Horvath, one of the many talented players in multiple sports who come out of the IMG Academy down in Florida. That's where he plays high school ball, known for lacrosse, among other things. 1-1. Curve and a swing and miss.
Have you ever seen videos, Sam, of the campus of IMG Academy?
It looks like a college campus, and a really pretty one at that, doesn't it, Carlo?
It is massive. Whenever you can have your own golf course at a high school campus, you have a big campus.
So 1-2 count on their alumni, Mac Horvath. Here it comes. Taking off the plate, a slider.
And IMG has about 3 or 4 different teams per sport. There's multiple baseball teams, multiple basketball teams. There's one football team. There's a powerhouse.
2-2. Missed somewhere right off the outside corner, curveball. J.C. Fernandez said it was wide, but I think every single Red Sox fielder, including Eric Yost, had a foot in the dugout. Account full now on Horvath. Long hold in the 3-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. It took an extra pitch, and he gets a swinging strike on that. Just the third strikeout for Eric Yost, but he's through 5 scoreless, looking as good as he did in Falmouth, holding a 2-0 lead for the Whitey Red Sox. We're halfway through bottom 5. Coming up here at Red Wilson Field, the Red Sox lead 2-0.
Hey fans, Devanheim is the official website development company of the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. They designed and developed our website and help us with marketing to bring more fans to the games and more visitors to our website. Devanheim helps organizations generate more leads and maximize their marketing budget. Check out devanheim.com to learn more and be sure to like Devanheim on Facebook. That's DEVADIGM.com. Devanheim.com.
We go to the bottom of the 5th here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox leading the Bourne Braves 2-0. And we say bye-bye-bye to Bryce Cunningham, who finishes with 4 pretty good innings for the Braves and gives way to Cameron Bye. You see what I did there, Carlo? Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez, who I got to be honest with you folks. Carlo gave me the idea for that little joke. Bye pitching in his 7th game for the Braves. He's been outstanding. Hasn't allowed a run across 11 2/3 innings. Has allowed 9 hits, but only 2 walks. And no runs to his ledger out of Wichita State. The right-hander works from the first base side of the rubber. Luke Schliger, in the top of the Red Sox order, lead off against him. First pitch to Schliger is a fastball down the middle for strike 1. And Cameron Bye loses the hat on his first pitch.
Well, Bye, similar to Cunningham, has settled in his last 2 outings. 6 strikeouts in his last 2 outings. He had 3 in the previous 4.
0-1 is chopped foul up the right side. He's a guy that can provide length. His last outing on July 8th against Orleans, he went 2 innings. The outing prior to that on July 2nd against Falmouth, he went 3 1/3. So it's been a minute since he pitched, but he can go deeper into games and save some of this Bourne bullpen after Cunningham only lasted 4. 0-2. Taken upstairs. And pretty close pitch. J.C. Fernandez said it was up. Tomas Frick was ready to fire that ball to his third baseman. Schliger today, a line out to deep right and a strikeout. 1-2 on the left-hander. Here it comes. Taken. This time a little away. Again, a close pitch. Frick holding it just an extra beat.
And Cameron Bye has pitched in 6 games this summer, Sam. 5 of them have been Bourne losses. 5 of the 9 total losses Bourne has had.
2-2. Missed inside. Brushes Schliger's jersey back a hair, and the count runs full on Luke. The third time today that Luke Schliger has seen a full count. Seems like every time Luke Schliger steps into the batter's box, he's seen at least 5 pitches. By out of the stretch, 3-2. Upstairs for ball 4. How about Luke Schliger? After falling behind 0-2, he works his 14th walk of the summer. And a leadoff man aboard for the Red Sox. Cameron By in high school at Trinity High School in Texas was not just an outstanding baseball talent. He was a ranked player in the state of Texas for wrestling. He was the 3rd ranked wrestler in Texas in 2019. Cole Carrick, switch hitter batting left. First pitch, fastball misses high. He finished 2nd in his weight class at a state meet. But he went the baseball route. 1-0. Fastball strike outside corner. And had a good year this year for the Shockers. 67 innings. Pitching to a 3.76 ERA with about a strikeout per inning, a little bit under that. He'll gear it up to 94 miles an hour with the fastball. Usually sits 89 to 92, though. He'll check on Schliger at first. Schliger will run if you let him. He's got 4 stolen bags this summer. Was technically caught yesterday. It was one of those hitter's interference calls. Early in that game, he was ruled safe initially, then out on the interference. 1-1. Carrick squares to bunt and drops it down at the first baseline. Brito fields his play to first. Carrick safe on a dive. An infield single on a bunt hit for Cole Carrick as he dragged it with him up the first baseline. And once he got past Brito, it was going to be nearly an impossible play with his second baseman, Eblin, covering the bag. It's Cole's first hit of the day in comparison to the 2 walks he's drawn. So he's reached in all 3 times that he's reached.
And so far, every time he's reached, he's come around to score. Not a lot of times you see a head first dive into first, but Cole with great speed.
2 of the fastest Red Sox out on the base paths. Carrick at first, Schliger at second. Still nobody out. It's the 5th Red Sox hit in this game. Here's Chase Meindroth, right-hand hitter. First pitch to Chase is popped up along the right side. Brito in foul territory has room and makes the catch. Schliger fakes the tag. It's the first out of the inning as Meindroth goes hacking on the first pitch and pops out.
First time Chase is retired, and a tough one there. Even a productive out could move the runners over. Instead, it's up to Caden Connor. The runners still anchored at second and first. Caden Connor has walked and grounded into a double play. That double play drove in a run. That was in the 3rd inning, and Caden hit a 1-hop smash right at the shortstop Shaw. That started it. A little bit of a tough luck double play for Connor. He bats with 2 on and 1 out. Red Sox lead 2-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th. First one from Cameron By. Misses low. Boxed around a little bit by Tomas Frick, the catcher. Schliger fakes a step towards third, but doesn't advance. With great speed on the base pass, Sam, we've seen Scott Pickler love the hit and run. You can get out of the double play if Caden Connor is able to put some contact on. Maybe we see the double steal?
It would be risky, but with 1 out, you wonder if Pickler has designs of a play here. 1-0. In the dirt, and a nice block again by Frick. That was an off-speed pitch. Cameron By was an all-first-team AAC selection on a Wichita State team that struggled this year. They were just 21 and 36. But a fairly young team, and he was their most effective pitcher. That ERA, 3.76, was the best ERA on the team. He was also second in innings pitched. Schliger dancing off the bag. The 2-0 is a fastball that misses high for ball 3. Bit of a long half inning brewing here for the Red Sox, and Dylan Ray has started to lightly toss a baseball in the Red Sox bullpen. Eric Yost has been excellent with 5 shutout frames. 3-0 to Connor. On the outside corner, fastball for a called strike, and the count runs to 3-1 on Connor. We'll see if he gets something to hit here on a beautiful warm day in Yarmouth. Wind is not gusting nearly as aggressively as it did yesterday, but it is still blowing out a hair. That flag over the scoreboard in left is blown out with a light breeze. 3-1, runners go. Pitch is high for ball 4, so no throw made. Everyone advances safely. A walk to Caden Connor, second of the inning, and the 6th walk drawn by the Red Sox in this game. And the sacks are full. And Braden Montgomery, who drove in the first run of this game with a fielder's choice in the same situation back in the first inning, will again hit with the bases loaded.
And Sam, you mentioned it earlier, but a Whitey team where this has not been a bright spot offensively. 158 average coming in with the bases loaded. Montgomery back up.
Braden in just his second game as a Red Sox, so maybe he's immune to that funk with the bases loaded. First pitch, swing and a miss, changeup, got him fishing. Schliger's at third, he walked. Carrick dragged an infield single on a bunt, he's at second. And Caden Connor just walked. The corner infielders are in, Horvath and Brito. Middle infield's back hoping for 2. 0-1. Fastball, strike down the middle. In the count 0-2. And Montgomery will have to work out of a 2-strike hole. Hunter Haas, the on-deck hitter. Montgomery, the Pac-12 freshman of the year, hit 18 homers for Stanford this year. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hand pitcher Cameron By. Outfield shaded the other way against Montgomery. 0-2. Chop the other way. Fielded under the glove of the third baseman Horvath and down the line. It'll score a pair. Heading to third safely, Caden Connor. Up to second, Braden Montgomery. That little infield chopper the other way. Horvath couldn't field it on the backhand. Throw an E5 on the board. 2 runs home for the Red Sox. It's 4-0. Doesn't have to be pretty, but it got the job done. Scores 2, and a chance for more for the Red Sox with 1 out and 2 in scoring position. And here's Hunter Haas.
Whitey Red Sox baseball, the bases loaded, ground balls just get past the infield, and continues to be more of the same for this Whitey team. But you get to win on the air, you'll take it. You double the lead, and Hunter Haas can add some more.
Haas a pop out, a ground out, 0 for 2. Infield comes all the way in. First pitch, a curveball, and it misses inside. It was an awkward little chopper along the third baseline that Horvath tried to field on the backhand, and he couldn't squeeze it. It goes as an E5 all the way. Probably 1 RBI on the play for Montgomery. 1-0. Curveball that drops in at the knees. Count 1-1.
For Bourne, that's their 31st error of the summer as a team, the second most on Cape. Falmouth, the only team with more, they have 40.
Their first of this game. 1-1. Curve, and it hit him right on the square of the back. Haas gets first base. Doors kind of coming off for the Braves here in this 5th inning. And we'll get a pinch hitter for Mike Bovey. Zack Lou is going to hit.
Well, we know Scott Pickler likes to get as many guys off the bench as he can. Bovey had worked a walk his last time up and a good at-bat in the second. He's going to get Lou into this game with the bases loaded and 1 out. And maybe, Sam, the thinking is along the lines of similar to Montgomery, a guy who we haven't seen struggle like the rest of this lineup with the bases loaded.
Lou also a guy who can run a little bit. He's a bat-on-ball contact type guy, not a huge strikeout risk. Hit .318 for Cal State Fullerton this year, also in his second game as a Red Sox, activated yesterday. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch to Lou, right-hand hitter, swinging to miss a fastball. Lou, a intriguing ad for the Red Sox. He was here last summer for Coach Pickler. Wasn't really supposed to play on Cape Cod this summer, but got a call just the other day when he was headed here for vacation. Pickler asked him if he wanted to play. 0-1. Taking a fastball for a strike, and Caden Connor's caught off the bag at third, and he's in a rundown. They will tag him out. Everyone will safely move up to second and third, with Montgomery sliding in head first at third and Hunter Haas at second. And I think Caden Connor took a bit too aggressive of a secondary lead and then slipped trying to get back to the bag at third base. It's the second out of the inning. For more on that story about how Zach Lou found his way back in Yarmouth, you can check out the article that our beat writer Mike Puzingaro wrote up on Zach Lou that was posted on our website last night. A really nice read. Mike, as talented as they come with words. 0-2 on him. 2 in scoring position, 2 out. Here it comes. Upstairs, a fastball. Not a big guy. Zach Lou stands just 5'8". Said he couldn't pass up the opportunity to play for Coach Pickler again. 1-2. Fastball missed away. He went 0 for 2 off the bench yesterday. Trying to drive home more runs for the Red Sox, who have extended a 2-0 lead to a 4-0 lead thanks to a bases loaded error by Mac Horvath in this inning. Still 2 out there in scoring position. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. A fastball running away from him. That's strike 3 on Lou. It ends things here in the bottom of the 5th, but the Red Sox tally 2 more. They got the bases loaded, and they got 2 of them home, thanks to an error by the third baseman, Mac Horvath. On to the 6th we go. 4-0 Red Sox over the Braves. As the Red Sox head back into the field for the top of the 6th inning, leading the Bourne Braves 4-0, with Eric Yost pitching a gem through the first 5 innings. It's the 6th inning. That means it's time for trivia. The 6th inning trivia contest brought to you by Cox & Media and Pixie 103, Cape Cod's Rock. We'll give you today's trivia question. You answer the question before the next home game by going to ydredsox.com/trivia. Answer correctly, you'll be eligible to win an official YD Red Sox game jersey signed by the 2022 YD Red Sox team. We'll get a pinch. Tomas Frick will lead off for the Braves before we get you that trivia question. 9-1-2 against Yost here in the 6th. First pitch to Frick. This is down and in for ball 1. Frick bunted for a sacrifice back in the 3rd. That's his only plate appearance in this game. Yost out of the full windup from the first base side of the rubber, the 1-0. It's a slider that drops over the outside corner, 1-1. Here's today's trivia question. How many Whitey Red Sox players were on the 2019 World Champion Washington Nationals team? 1-1, a curveball that skips in. 2-1. Don't forget to submit your answers at whiteyredsox.com/trivia. Good luck. 2-1 count, Eric Yost on its way. Fastball missed away. Count 3-1 on Tomas Frick, the catcher out of UNC. Frick just an 050 hitter. He's 20. He's one for his first 20. 3-1, rolled to the left side. Hunter Haas plays it on a couple hops. His throw across in plenty of time. Make it 1 for 21. And a quick out on the ground for Eric Yost, where most of his outs have been today. Flips the lineup card back to the top for the Braves. A defensive change for the Red Sox here in the 6th. Zack Liu pinch hit for Mike Bovey. He stays in at third base where Bovey had been. 3 strikeouts through the first 5 frames for Eric Yost. But lots of outs on the ground. First pitch to Bryce Eblin, misses away.
And for Yost, he continues to impress, Sam. Second straight outing where he hasn't given up a run. And you put in context that this Bourne team has been swinging the bat fantastically over the last 5.
1-0. Changeup in the dirt.
And despite that, he continues to shut them down. Just 3 hits today. And this will be his 70th pitch.
Working efficiently. He went 6 2/3 in his last outing. 2-0. Fastball in at the knees. That was the longest outing by any pitcher on Cape Cod so far this summer. He's got a chance to rival that if he can get through the top of this 6th inning quickly. A 2-1 count here on Eblin. Checks his swing. Pitch away. Did he go? No check. And a late check. No swing. 3-1 on Eblin. 250 hitter coming into this one. Had multiple hits in each of his last 4 games before this one. 3-1 is lifted in the air out towards left center. Carrick cutting over to his right. He makes the catch. Eblin 0 for 3. That's the second out here in the 6th for Eric Yost. Brings up Matt Shaw. Shaw 1 for 2, a single. Maryland shortstop, who has been outstanding so far this summer. Got an off day yesterday for the Braves, but his last game, that came against Katuitt before the off day on Sunday. Pair of hits, he drove in 3 runs. Right-hand hitter has been all over the news feeds as of late on Cape Cod. First pitch to Shaw, a slider that hits the outside corner. Few have bumped their stock from a position player standpoint more this summer than Matt Shaw with his loud play. He's got 4 homers, he's got 8 doubles, he's hitting .342. 0-1. Fastball over the outside corner. Count 0-2 on him. Second on the Cape in average, tied for 3rd in RBIs, tied for 3rd in stolen bases, tied for the league lead in extra base hits, 1st in slugging. 0-2, swing and a miss. Tag applied by Gonzalez on a slider away. That retires the side. So praising Matt Shaw, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. Eric Yost with 6 beautiful shutout frames. We go to the bottom half. Red Sox trying to extend a 4-0 lead here at Red Wilson Field. No summer in Whitey Red Sox Nation would be complete without our youth baseball clinics, where boys and girls ages 5 and up can learn the game of baseball and the importance of sportsmanship. Kids get to master the fundamentals of the game and sharpen their skills in a fun baseball clinic taught by Coach Pickler and the future major leaguers on our roster. For more information, go to whiteyredsox.com/clinics. This year's youth baseball clinics are proudly sponsored by the Salty Dog Group of Keller Williams Realty, MP Sports Cards, and Giardino's Family Restaurant. The Whitey Red Sox and all the kids, thank you. Of the sixth getting underway here. The Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves 4-0. They'll look for more, 8-9-1 in the Red Sox order as Cameron Bai is out there for a second inning of work for the Braves. The first one was a rocky one. Homer Bush stands in against him. First pitch to Homer is a breaking ball that misses away. Bush has started the day with a pair of singles in his 2 trips. Red Sox got a pair of runs against Cameron Bai in the 5th. They loaded the bases against him thanks to 2 walks and a single. And then an error allowing 2 runs to score, 1-0. Fastball missed away. Bai got some help on the base paths as Caden Connor was picked off third on the ensuing at bat to prevent any more runs from scoring. Working in his second frame here, 2-0 to Bush is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Count 2-1 on Homer, who is, I'm sure, pleased to be playing these Bourne Braves. Again, Homer's got now 5 hits this summer against the Braves. 2-1 is rolled to short. Shaw charges. It eats him up. He boots it. Bush beats it out at first. An E6 on Matt Shaw all the way there. You wonder about the speed of Homer Bush getting in the head of Matt Shaw, who kind of waited back on that ball instead of charging it. And once it kicked up into his chest, he was never going to have a play. That's the second error in the last 2 innings by an infielder on the left side of that Braves infield. Bush, with all his speed, stands at first, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Fernando Gonzalez, right-handed hitting catcher, grounded into a double play his last time. He's up. Before the first pitch, a check on Bush at first. Gonzalez 0 for 2, both on the ground. First pitch, fastball for a called strike. Gonzalez's average stands at just 152 coming into action today. He's 1 out of his last now 18. Another check on Bush. Did have a hit. Oh, 1 misses high. Check that. Fernando's now 2 out of his last 21. As the stats update on my computer. He's got hits in each of his last 2 starts. Those in both of the 6-6 ties the Red Sox have had recently against Chatham and Harwich. 1-1. Low. Count 2-1 on Gonzalez. Luke Schliger in the top of the Red Sox order in the on-deck circle.
See if Bush is running here from first. Last time.
Good count to going.
Yeah.
Not going. 2-1 is lined up the middle, past the diving Shaw and into center field. It ricochets off his glove. Bush turning, heading for third. He'll make it easily. It's a base hit for Fernando Gonzalez. And Homer Bush goes first to third. Top of the Red Sox order now, and a chance to score more. Luke Schliger up.
You got to feel a little bit for Matt Shaw. Those are 2 tough balls going his way. Made a diving play and just took a ricochet. Last time Shaw was here, he made 2 fantastic plays. A couple of backhands, a diving stop in the hole. Today, the Red Wilson dirt has not been as kind to the shortstop from Maryland.
He almost caught that ball on a line, too. Gonzalez at first, Bush at third, no outs. Here's Schliger. First pitch to him is put up in the air out to center field. Fairly deep. Cutting to his right is the center fielder Jones. He makes the catch, and Bush can walk home with all his speed. It's a sacrifice fly for Luke Schliger. who's now driven in a run in 4 straight games. The Red Sox extend their lead. It's 5-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. And again, an error coming back to bite the Braves, as Bush reached leading off the inning on a routine grounder to short that was kicked by Matt Shaw. It comes all the way around to score the 5th Red Sox run.
And Schliger just missed that one. Got it pretty deep into center, but he continues to work efficient at-bats. 3-3-2 counts, and they're an RBI.
Cole Carrick's had a good day. He stands in with a runner on first, 1 out. He's reached in all 3 of his trips. First pitch. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Count 0-1 on Cole. He's walked twice and had a drag bunt single. 3 runs scored. He's stolen a base. Been right in the middle of it all for the Red Sox, as he often tends to be. 0-1. Low and in. Extra base hits have been a little bit hard to come by for Cole. Only 5 of his 27, now 28 hits have been for extra bases. He's got a homer. That came all the way back on opening night at Orleans. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good curveball. Count to 1-2 on Carrick with Chase Mydroth in the on-deck circle. Red Sox with a run home here in the 6th, looking for more. Now a 5-0 game, as they've tallied the first runs that Cameron Bye has been credited with this season in relief for Bourne. 1-2. Rolled to the right side, not hit hard. Brito on a backhand gets 1 at second, no relay. Fielder's choice for Carrick. Gonzalez erased on the front end at second base. It's the 2nd out. Chase Mydroth now has a pair of hits today in 3 trips, including a bloop double. We'll see if they put Carrick in motion again.
This has been a Whitey prototypical game, Sam, as Whitey as they come. 2 runs on ground balls. 2 runs on the air that goes underneath the glove.
They'll check on Carrick. Fairly close play. Colback and standing, though.
On Horvath in a sacrifice fly to center on a play in which Homer Bush Jr. reaches on an air. Is there any loud contact?
Not a lot. First pitch, runner goes. And a swing, a high, deep drive, well hit towards left. Moving back is slight. He's got it in his tracks in front of the wall. He makes the catch. Mydroth just missed that one and couldn't get it into the wind out to left field. It ends the inning and moves us along to the 7th. Red Sox do get a run here in the 6th and lead 5-0 over the Bourne Braves here on the Red Sox Baseball Network.
Fans, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game will be played on July 23rd at Spillane Field in Wareham. Tickets to see the top players in the league are only $5, and we have them for sale here at Red Wilson Field. If you come attend a game in person, you can purchase All-Star Game tickets at the 50/50 shed or merchandise booth. Additionally, we're collecting donated tickets to send a group of veterans to the game, so please consider making a $5 donation as a small way of thanking them for their service. We welcome you into the 7th inning here at Red Wilson Field, a 5-0 lead for the YD Red Sox, and a new pitcher on the mound for YD. It's Zack Jacobs, who is headed to Long Beach State via Riverside. The right-handed pitcher making his 2nd appearance of the summer His first one came against Chatham, in which he faced 3 batters and gave up 1 hit in the 6-6 tie. It was not a very clean outing for Jacobs, but he'll try to settle in, facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters of the Bourne Braves, as Eric Yost completes another fantastic outing. 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, against a Bourne team that had 27 runs in their last 3 games coming in. Chris Brito, the right-handed batter, digs in as he stands in the shadows, a slither of sunlight behind home, behind the mound, and in between second, but most of the infield is covered in the shade on a warm Wednesday night here at Red Wilson Field. Jacobs, with that bright blue glove, sets belly button high. First pitch to Brito is a slider on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to him. Brito has struck out twice today, swinging on full counts in the 1st and the 4th. Jacobs stares in the 0-1. The slider misses below the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Flag is stoic in left as a bird flies overhead. Cloudless skies here in South Yarmouth. 1-1. Changeup catches on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brito, who smacks the plate once, stares in towards Jacobs, the newest Long Beach State dirtbag. Working from the first base side of the rubber. 1-2. Slider misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zack just recently announcing via Twitter that he's headed to Long Beach State. Remaining in Southern California, the drive from Long Beach State to Riverside is not long. 2-2. Swinging a high fly ball to left, and Homer Bush watches this one leave the yard. A Brito bomb, his 3rd home run of the summer, and the Bourne Braves are on the board. It's 5-1 Red Sox in the top of the 7th.
We were warned of the power that when Brito gets them, he gets them, and that was an absolute no-doubter. He hit it over the scoreboard in left field. Homer Bush gave it a courtesy look, but barely moved beyond a step or two to his backside. That was crushed. And not a great start for Zack Jacobs here in his 2nd outing.
In stands the left-handed bat of Evan Slight. Oh, nobody out, nobody on. First pitch, he shows bunt, bunts it off the front of the bat, right back towards the pitcher. Jacobs scoops, throws to first, there's 1 away. And in stands Carson Jones. 5-1, YD leads Bourne. A solo home run to left by Chris Brito. First runs for Bourne. Carson Jones walked today, grounded into a double play. Bat bouncing off his left shoulder. Open stance. First pitch home. And he takes a slider on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Jones met last summer with the Tri-City Chili Peppers, the Coastal Plains League. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another slider. And no balls and 2 strikes here to Jones. That summer hit .224. Shift is on. Infield swung over to the right. Hunter Haas, the shortstop to the right of second. 0-2 and a swing and a miss and a curveball. Carson Jones retired via the strikeout. There's 2 gone after the solo home run to begin the frame by Brito. And here's Wyatt Hensler, the right-handed batter. 5-1. YD leads Bourne. Chase Mydrop, the second baseman, goes to the left of second. Shift is on again for YD. 3 infielders swung over to the left. Opening offering to the righty is a curveball that just misses away. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Hensler, who picked up his 4th multi-hit game of the summer yesterday. 1-0. Slider misses off the outer edge. Quickly, 2 balls and no strikes from Jacobs to Hensler.
Lots of sliders for Zack Jacobs in this outing. Maybe part of that comes from the fear after his fastball got tattooed in this inning on that home run by Chris Brito.
5-1, Whitey leads. 2-0. Curveball on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Final matchup of the summer between these two teams. Here's the 2-1. Fastball paints the outside part of the plate. 2-2. With 2 outs and the base is empty. 1 hit in the inning. A Chris Brito home run that goes 389 feet to left. 101 off the bat. Thanks to one of our stats guys, Patrick. 2-2. There's a slider and misses low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes for getting us the numbers on the Brito home run. Patrick does a lot for this Red Sox organization.
He does a lot for us. Scouting reports almost every day.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Slider gets him to chase, and that does it for the top of the 7th. It's time to stretch. Bourne gets on the board on a Brito bomb to left. It's 5-1. YD leads Bourne. Hey kids, join the entire YD team for a meet and greet at Ryan's Family Amusements on Route 28 here in Yarmouth next Monday, July 18th from 1 to 3. Players will be signing autographs, bowling and catching, playing catch with fans, holding an axe throwing competition, and more. Bring your glove and come for some fun with the team. Be sure to mark your calendars for next Tuesday, July 19th, and join us here at Red Wilson Field for Pokemon in the Park. The Cape Cod Toy Chest will be here with entertaining games and fun prizes. Hope you got up and stretched out those arms and legs. We begin the bottom of the 7th inning here at Red Wilson Field, where the YD Red Sox hold a 5-1 lead over the Bourne Braves in the 4th and final regular season matchup of the summer between these two teams. 2 up for YD in this bottom of the 7th. It's Caden Connor, Braden Montgomery, and Hunter Haas, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Red Sox, looking to get a win to finish off this 3-game homestand. They've tied their last 2. A healthy 5-1 advantage, but against this Bourne team that has rattled 11 off in an inning this summer, no lead is safe. Left-handed bat of Caden Connor looks on. First pitch from By. Curveball misses high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Caden Connor has walked twice today, grounded into a double play. 1-0 home. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. The flag still in left. The trees standing stoically in center. No wind, barely any clouds in the sky, some down the left field line. 1-1. Connor swings and fouls one off down the left field line. Fans piling up on the hill down that left field line. Some starting to fold up the lawn chairs and head home as the temperature drops and it hits dinner time here on Cape. Connor leads off the bottom of the 7th, 5-1 YD. 1-2, Caden swings and rolls one sharply up the middle, off the backhand of Eblin and into left center field, a base hit. Maybe an error, no, they mark it a hit. Caden Connor picks up the single. The second baseman, Eblin, had a chance at it, but it just ricochets right off the bottom of his glove, and there's 1 on with nobody out for Braden Montgomery.
Bit of a home book hit, but I'm sure Caden will take it. A couple of walks. He hit that double play ball that he hit very hard. So I'm sure that he'll sacrifice the double play for a knock there.
It was sharply hit, but Eblin got leather on the ball. Here's a switch-hitting lefty Montgomery, who laces one into right center field, a base hit. Caden Connor rounds at second, heading for third. Cut off in center by Jones. His throw in to the shortstop Shaw, and there's runners to the corners with nobody out. There's the first hit of the summer for Braden Montgomery. Back-to-back singles, and in stands Hunter Haas with runners to the corners and nobody out. 5-1. YD leads Bourne here in the bottom of the 7th.
Welcome to the Red Sox. First knock for YD for Braden Montgomery, and it was a pretty swing, a nice line drive towards right center field. He'll be fine.
Right-handed bat of Hunter Haas looks at a first pitch changeup below the zone.
He had a couple of strikeouts yesterday, did Braden Montgomery, but one of our scouting analytics interns, Jake, who's kind of the flip side of the coin to Patrick, who we mentioned last inning.
1-0. Haas swings and flies one down the right field line over towards the picnic tables. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, 2 on.
Jake said to me after that game, he goes, Montgomery, don't worry about the strikeouts. He'll be just fine. He's got a beautiful, beautiful swing. And he showed it off there here in his second game, first hit.
He leads at first, 1-1. Haas rolls one up the middle. This could be 2. The shortstop Shaw steps on the bag at second, throws to first in time. Scoring from third is Caden Connor. Another run on the board for the YD Red Sox on, guess what? Another ground ball. It's 6-1. The Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves. So after back-to-back singles to begin the bottom of the 7th, the Red Sox do bring home a run, but sacrifice 2. And here's the right-handed bat of Zack Lou, his second at-bat of the game. By kicks and deals, Lou checks a swing. Did he go? Yes, says home plate umpire J.C. Fernandez on the changeup. The count, no balls and 1 strike. Red Sox able to match the run scored by Bourne in the top of the 7th on a Chris Brito home run. 0-1. Lou looks at a curveball that misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lou came in for Mike Bovey in the 5th, struck out swinging. 1-1 down the hill. Zack swings, hits one down the left field line, foul. Third base umpire Alan Libardani puts his hands in the air just to the left of the line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Zack Lou with the Cal State Fullerton cleats with the F on the back and that orange and white colorway of the Titans. Digs back in. 2 Titans in the lineup today, Lou and then Caden Connor, who also played high school ball together. The 1-2. Lou takes a fastball up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty, 6-1 YD. Zack Lou and Caden Connor playing at Orange Lutheran, both going to Cal State Fullerton, now both YD Red Sox. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Changeup gets him to chase. That ends the bottom of the 7th. 2 hits, 1 run comes across, nobody left on, and we head to the 8th here at Red Wilson Field, 6-1. YD leads Bourne. We welcome you back to YD Red Sox baseball here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. I'm Carlo Jimenez. To my right is Sam Lebowitz. Top of the 8th inning is right now, as the bottom of the lineup is due up for Bourne. Josh Moylan, Matt Horvath, Tomas Frick, 7, 8, 9, all due up to face the right-handed pitcher of Zack Jacobs. Shift is on for the lefty Moylan. Shortstop Hunter Haas is towards the line at third, and the third baseman Zack Liu to the right of second. First pitch home. Backdoor slider just misses off the outside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Flat quiet in left. Here's the 1-0. Fastball down the left field line and out of play for a souvenir. A couple of kids will go chasing after it. Shadows all across the infield with a small patch of sunlight in between second and first. Jacobs, 1-1. Swinging a foul tap off the left leg of Moylan, wearing those purple shoes. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6-1, YD leads Bourne. Nobody out, nobody on. Red Sox have pushed singletons across in this one in the first, the third, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 more in the 7th. Jacobs from the first base side of the rubber, exhales, holds belly button high. Here's the 1-2. Slider misses down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bourne, a team that was averaging in their last 5 games, hitting nearly 300, just 4 hits today. Jacobs, 2-2. Off the outside with the fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A full count to Josh Moylan. Red Sox will head to Brewster tomorrow, but at the end of a 3-game homestand, trying to get at least 1 win out of the homestand. They haven't lost. That's right, they've tied twice. 3-2. Fastball. Just misses on the inner edge. Long hold from Fernando Gonzalez, trying to entice J.C. Fernandez, who did not move an inch. And on to first goes Josh Moylan. A leadoff walk to begin the top of the 8th. Up comes Mac Horvath. Bourne needs base runners, down 6-1 to YD. And they get one to begin the 8th inning. No action in that Red Sox pen. You imagine with the large lead, this will be Jacobs' frame. And Mac Horvath is due up, which is...
He is batting. That's him in the getting ready to get in the batter's box. But the home plate umpire, J.C. Fernandez, is taking his time to the right of home plate, writing something in his scorecard. We got a pinch runner, I believe, is what the substitution was. Can't see his number.
There is a man in a Bourne uniform, pinch running at first. Sam Lebowitz is on the investigation to find out who it is. 6-1.
It's John Peck.
There
That was
go.
quick. I got it for us.
Nice. Nobody out, runner at first. Here comes the pitch. Peck takes a big secondary lead. Gonzalez able to box around a changeup on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. So Moylan for Peck to get him a little bit more speed on the base paths. John Peck so far this summer with 7 stolen bases. He stands frozen in time, leading at first. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Big slider from Jacobs. Big hack from Horvath. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6-1. YD leads Bourne. Horvath, who was slated to play with Orleans last summer, did not end up making the trip to the Cape. Out of Rochester, Minnesota. Throw back to first. Back on a head first slide without a tag is Peck. There is such thing as a Rochester, Minnesota. As you might guess, it is named after Rochester, New York. Couple Rochesters across the country. Runner at first, nobody out. 6-1, YD leads Bourne. Here's the pitch. And the 1-1 is a changeup low. 2 balls and a strike. Rochester, Minnesota is founded by George Head, his wife Henrietta. built the log cabin. They named it Head's Tavern in 1854. Here's Jacobs 2-1. Slider on the outside part of the plate, and the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. And George Head, in his Head's Tavern log cabin, wanted to name it after his hometown of Rochester, New York. And when you're first, you get to name. Nobody out, runner at first. Throw back to first. Back on a head first slide just safely is John Peck. A close play there. Flag quiet and left. Shadows continuing to drape across Red Wilson Field. No birds in the sky here in South Yarmouth on mid-Cape. Jacobs holds the ball behind his back. Comes set as he twirls it in his hand. Closed off stance to the batter. 2-2. Slider misses low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Back-to-back full counts to begin this top of the 8th. Bourne down by the score of 6-1 to YD, but the Braves have scored 11 runs in a single inning this summer. That happened against Hyannis just 4 days ago. Full count, runner at first. Peck not running. 3-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Zack Jacobs is the first out of the 8th. And a pinch hitter for Thomas Frick. Here's Carson Rocafort. Rocafort hitting 182 out of Louisiana Lafayette. A rising junior. And a left-handed batter to face the righty, Zack Jacobs. Runner at first, 1 out, 6-1. YD leads Bourne. There's somebody warming in that pen for the Red Sox. It's Sean Gamlin, also known as Gamer. YD looking for their 3rd win in their 4th game against Bourne. Peck leads at first. Left-handed bat of Rocafort stares in. First pitch to the Ragin' Cajun. Slider backdoors the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Rocafort was a all Sun Belt Conference player. He was fantastic in the College Station Regional this spring. Hit .308 with a pair of stolen bases in 3 games for Louisiana Lafayette as Jacobs guns a fastball to first. Back on a head first slide is Peck. Carson played in 2 games against this YD team back in late June. 0-1, runner starts and stops. And the curveball catches the inside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Carson Rocafort. He went 1 for 7 in that stretch. A guy whose average increased an equal 100 points from his freshman to sophomore year. He said the big reason why was maturity. Felt like he was more mature after his freshman season. Another throw to first. Caden Connor doesn't apply the tag, and back on a head first slide is John Peck. To the right of second base is the 3rd baseman Lou, and the hole Chase Mydroff. Hunter Haas, the lone player on the left side of the infield for YD. 0-2. Fastball just misses away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braves trying to win their 4th in a row. It's going to take a late game comeback. Top of the 8th, 6-1. YD leads Bourne with 1 out and 1 on. Braves have 4 hits today. Red Sox with 8 of their own. Jacob looks on. And the Shadows in his 2nd appearance. 1-2, hit sharply on the ground, past the shift, into right field, a base hit. Stopping at second base is John Peck. Throw in from the right fielder Montgomery on a line, cut off by the shortstop Haas. There's 2 on with 1 out for Bourne. On the top of the lineup, due up, here's Bryce Eblin. So Carson Rocafort comes into this game, falls behind 0-2, but squeaks one through the shift. And a left-handed batter in Eblin digs in. Sean Gamlin not throwing in that bullpen down the left field line. Doesn't look like he's going to come in just yet. And Fernando Gonzalez, the catcher for YD, wants to talk to Jacobs. Inning started with a walk to Josh Moylan. Pinch run for by John Peck. Mac Horvath struck out swinging on a 3-2 pitch. Carson Rockefort a single to right. Eblin looking for his first hit today. Trying to continue his 6-game hitting streak. That in jeopardy. 6-1 YD leads in the top of the 8th. Defense playing back in double play depth with 1 out on the board. Jacobs from the first base side of the rubber looks towards Gonzalez. Exhales, deals. Fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. The infield now completely in the shade. The outfield in the sun. Great arms in center and right, and Carrick in Montgomery. And a good arm in left, Homer Bush Jr. Snap back throw to second, a great tag, almost in time. Hunter Haas waves his arms in the air. The shortstop applied the tag, and he thought they picked off Peck, who was back on a head-first slide and continues to add some dirt in between his belt buckle and his pants as he tries to shake that out. Count still no balls and 1 strike to Eblin. Eblin spent last summer with the Amsterdam Mohawks of the Perfect Game League. 0-1. Fastball off the outside part of the plate. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit .290 during the regular season for the Mohawks and nearly .300 on the year. Haas playing up the middle. Second baseman Mydroff in the hole on the right side of the infield. 2 on, 1 out. 6-1 YD leads Bourne. Jacob exhales, 1-1. Fastball paints the outside part of the plate. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eblin, that 6-game hitting streak, is hitting .416 coming into today with 3 RBIs. Had 4 multi-hit games. And right now, just looking for his first. Bounces the bat off the left shoulder, the Alabama helmet on his head. 1-2. And he half swings. Did he go? He did on a slider and strikes out. Bryce Eblin is down. That's strikeout number 4 for Zach Jacobs. And a chance to get out of the inning. There's 2 on with 2 out. Here's the righty, Matt Shaw. Does not get easier for Zach Jacobs. He now has to retire the most dangerous hitter in the lineup from Brimfield, Massachusetts, about 100 miles away from Red Wilson. 6-1 YD leads. 2 outs, 2 on, top 8. Jacobs with 4 home runs this summer, 15 RBIs. RBIs are tied for 3rd on Cape. First pitch home. Slider, he nubs up the middle. Underneath the second baseman's glove, Mydroff into center field. Carrick, the center fielder, scoops it up. He bluffs the throw home. Rounding third and scoring is John Peck. It's an RBI tapper for Matt Shaw as it goes as a hit on the board. And the lead trimmed by a run for YD, 6-2. Bourne trails now by 4. Here's Chris Brito. That ball just got underneath the glove of Mydroff, who was ranging over the middle. Thought maybe he'd have a chance at that, Sam, but unable to corral. On to second goes Rockefort. At first is Shaw. 2 outs, and Scott Pickler is going to get Sean Gamlin into this game. Brito, who had a home run that nearly went 400 feet his last time up, will see a new pitcher. We step aside in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, 6-2. YD leads Bourne. But the Braves, with 1 swing of the bat, can make this a 1-run game. We'll be right back here at Red Wilson Field on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. We welcome you back to YD Red Sox baseball as Sean Gamlin gets Warren atop the mound. Let's get you some scores around the Cape. We start at Spillane, where the Katuitt Cavaliers lead the Wareham Gatemen lightless. Wareham Gatemen 5-2. Of course, Wareham having issues with their lights yesterday. Cross division rivalry at Arnie Allen. Brewster with a 3-2 lead over Falmouth. The Orleans Firebirds have scored their season high, and they're in the top of the third at Eldridge Park, 8-0 over Harwich. And the game just got started at Veterans. It's 1-0 Hyannis over Chatham. Sean Gamlin on the mound. We begin the bottom up. We continue the top of the 8th inning, and Chris Brito digs in, right-handed batter who hit a home run over the scoreboard in left his last time up, with runners at second and first. Already a run across for the Bourne Braves. And Gamer, as he's called by his teammates on the mound out of Rhode Island College, the D3 product, will be looking to get the final out of the top of the 8th. 6-2, YD leads Bourne. Red Sox looking to grab a win. Snap back throw to second, and back on his feet is Carson Roccaforte.
Power against power here. Brito with his 3rd home run and his last at bat. Big, powerful right-handed slugger. And Gamlin, who can run it up into the mid-90s with his fastball. Two guys who aren't big guys height-wise, but can really generate lots and lots of power.
Gamlin working from the first base side of the rubber. Looks at second, looks in. Another check on second, the pitch home. Fastball. Misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. Gamlin in his 6th appearance of the summer today. He's allowed just 1 hit, 2 walks, has struck out 10. Hasn't gone very long this summer. Only one of his last 3 outings more than 2/3. He looks on the mound, looks at second. 1-0. Changeup misses high. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Sean told me that he was throwing kind of darting cutters in his last time out against Hyannis, that he was missing inside to left-handers because the ball was running on him towards them. And that sometimes when he comes out, by accident almost, he gets some cut on his fastballs.
Haven't seen that fastball just yet. Roccaforte at second, Shaw at first. 2 outs, 6-2. YD leads Bourne. Gamers 2-up. There's the fastball. Misses up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. And Chris Brito in command. A home run in his last at bat. On deck is last week's Cape Cod hitter of the week in Evan Slight. High leverage situation. YD does hold a 4-run lead, but if Brito's able to send one over the fence, it's a 1-run game. Does Gamlin want to challenge him? 3-0. Fastball down Broadway. 3 balls and a strike to Chris Brito. Gamlin says he loves these kind of situations. The role of closer is something he says suits him well, loves the pressure, and right now feeling the pressure with 2 on and 2 out, and one of the more dangerous batters at the plate in Chris Brito. Glove pinned against the left hip. Gamlin with the glasses on, extends the arm above his head. Comes set, letters high. 2 on, 2 out, 3-1. Fastball, foul tapped. 92 on the radar, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Roccaforte at second, Shaw at first will get jump starts. There is action in the Bourne bullpen. As Sean Gamlin tries to keep this a 4-run game. Defense playing back, swung over to the left side of the infield. Second baseman Mydroff is up the middle. 6-2, YD leads Bourne. Gamlin's 3-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. Brito strikes out from 3-0 to a K, and it ends the top of the 8th, 6-2. 1 run comes across on 2 hits, 2 left on, and YD holds a 4-run lead over Bourne. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Welcome you back to YD Red Sox baseball here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network as we begin the bottom of the 8th inning, 6-2. The Red Sox hold an advantage over the Bourne Braves in the final matchup of the summer between these two teams. And YD is looking to come away with a win. Coming into today, the Red Sox are 2-0-1. New pitcher on the mound, it's Justin Willis out of UConn, making his 3rd appearance of the summer. Willis last pitch on July 8th against Orleans in a 6-4 loss to the Firebirds. He went 2 innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 2 walks and 1 hit. The right-handed pitcher faces the bottom of the lineup for YD. Homer Bush Jr., Fernando Gonzalez, and Luke Schliger due up. Of course, late in a game, we know Scott Pickler likes to get some of his guys off the bench involved. Defensive changes for Bourne. It's John Peck at 3rd. Horvath has moved from 3rd to short, and Matt Shaw from short to right for Josh Moylan. Right-handed batter, Homer Bush Jr. begins us in the bottom of the 8th, 6-2. YD leads Bourne. First pitch home. Bush takes a strike at the top of the zone. On the change in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Bush with 2 hits today. A 1 takes a slider away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You're going to see lots of sliders out of Justin Willis, who was the closer this year for UConn. 3rd in the country in saves. He had 15 for the Huskies.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul tap back to the screen. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Sam, a YD team that hasn't hit a home run since July 2nd, but Josh Moylan's been known to give them up.
Yeah, Willis gave up 3 home runs to Stanford in the Super Regionals, including 2 to players that have been on the Red Sox this summer.
There's 1-2. Bush takes a slider away from Willis, and the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was in an eventual 13-12 UConn win. Willis came in the 9th inning, tasked with a 4-run lead, gave up a 2-run homer to Drew Bowser.
2-2. Swinging a bloop shot down the right field line, hooking foul. Count holds it, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He gave up home runs to Drew Bowser, Braden Montgomery, and Tommy Troy, who's been outstanding for Katuitt this summer, consecutively. All three of them hit homers in a row against him. And Willis eventually did lock it down for a 13-12 win. That was game one of that super regional between Stanford and Connecticut.
2-2. Slider misses low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A full count to Homer Bush Jr. 6-2. Whitey leads Bourne. Those 3 home runs almost matched the total Willis had given up coming into that game. He'd given up 4 on the entire season before those 3 in a row. Working from the right side. 3-2. That clips him. Got Homer Bush on the left elbow. He's rubbing it out with his right arm. Looked like the tricep area. Hopefully he's all right, as he stands in the right-handed batter's box, bent over at the waist. And Scott Pickler comes hustling down the third base line to go talk to his speedster. And Homer Bush Jr. still doesn't have any padding on that arm. And hopefully he's all right. That will sting. He's pointing to that left elbow just above it. Hopefully got the meat of that area by the tricep.
Might have gotten it off the funny bone. Might just be a stinger. You hope that that's all it is.
6-2, the Whitey lead over Bourne. Now we'll see if Pickler wants to run Bush on the base paths. He is lifting that arm up to put his helmet on. Strips his gloves. Still talking with Pick in the right-handed batter's box. Willis hits the first batter he sees, and Homer Bush Jr. says, "I'm all right." He'll jog down to first. So thankfully, it looks like everything's okay with the GCU outfielder. And here's Fernando Gonzalez, who picked up a hit his last time up in the 6th. The Whitey lead at 4 runs, facing Justin Willis out of UConn. A guy who ranked 3rd in the country with 15 saves in 2022. Bush leads at first, nobody out. And a check on first, and Homer backing ahead for a slide. And you wonder, Sam, Bush right there on that slide didn't really move the left arm. The arm that got hit, he slid in and touched the bag with his right arm. And if Scott Pickler wants to send him, how careful he is on a head-first slide into second. First pitch home to the righty Gonzalez. It's a fastball on the outer edge. No balls and 1 strike. Sunset beginning here at Red Wilson Field. No lights, so we're playing on the sun's time. New catcher for the Bourne Braves is Alan Espinal. 0-1. Slider away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Espinal on that last pitch caught it and then exchanged between the glove and the bare hand in between his legs.
Sure.
A little finesse. Nobody out. Runner at first. 6-2. Whitey leads in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes the 1-1 to the righty, Fernando Gonzalez. And he swings and rolls one up the middle. The shortstop, Horvath, charges, goes to second for 1, turn to first in time from the second baseman, Eblin. 6-4-3 for 2. Fernando Gonzalez bounces into a double play for the 2nd time today. And in stands Luke Schliger with 2 outs quickly in the bottom of the 8th. Schliger has worked 3 full counts today. In his last at-bat, he swung at the first pitch and brought home the last Whitey run. Left-handed batter looks on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch, and he takes a strike, knee-high. On the fastball, no balls and 1 strike. The 6-2 Whitey lead. A team that scored just 1 run yesterday on 4 hits. 2 of those were by Schliger. Willis, a closed-off stance. 0-1. Fastball. Catches, misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole Carrick on deck. Will come to bat if Schliger reaches with 2 outs. 1-1. Fastball misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Luke's fly out to center was hit pretty well. Center fielder Jones had to go on the back pedal. Short porch in center here at Red Wilson, 352. 2-1. Schliger fights off a fastball in on the hand, sends it down the left field line foul. The count levels 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Final matchup of the summer between these two teams. The Red Sox looking to hand Bourne another loss. They beat him twice and tied him once. YD will head to Brewster tomorrow for a 5 o'clock first pitch. Willis, 2-2. Schliger rolls one on the ground, first base side. First baseman Brito is there to vacuum it in, go to first himself, and end the bottom of the 8th. 3 up, 3 down. Bush hit by a pitch. Gonzalez grounds into a double play, and Luke Schliger grounds out to first. We head to the top of the 9th. Whitey needs 3 outs. Bourne needs 4 runs to work a tie. We head to the 9th here at Red Wilson Field. We welcome you to the 9th here at Red Wilson Field, 6-2. The Whitey Red Sox lead the Bourne Braves, looking for 3 more outs to secure a win. Would be their 3rd of the summer in 4 games against this Bourne team. 2 up for the Braves. It's the middle of the order. 4, 5, 6, Evan Slight, Carson Jones, and Wyatt Hensler to face the right-handed arm of Sean Gamlin. Gamer working from the first base side of the rubber. With the glasses on, stares in towards Fernando Gonzalez against the left-handed bat of Slight, who's 1 for 3 today. First pitch down the hill. Fastball, swing and a miss. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. If you're just joining us, the Red Sox have been in control for most of the day. Singleton's in the 1st and the 3rd. Picked up 2 in the 5th. 1 more in the 6th to take a 5-0 lead. Gamlin's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another fastball. No balls and 2 strikes. Then Bourne got on the board with a Brito bomb to left. His 3rd home run of the summer. Picked up another run in the 8th on an RBI single from Matt Shaw. No balls and 2 strikes to the lefty Evan Slight with nobody out in the top of the 9th. 6-2 Whitey leads. 0-2, fastball high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. No, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gamlin trying to go more than a frame for the first time since he faced this Bourne team back on June 21st. When he went 3 innings, allowed 1 hit, struck out 6. 1-2, and a foul tap on a fastball back to the screen. Bourne in the middle of their division in the West, trying to make a run at Hyannis and Katuitt, who have been the kings of the Western Division. YD, the top team in the East, trying to hold their spot above the rest of the Eastern Division. 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. First strikeout for Sean Gamlin is the first out of the top of the ninth. Red Sox need 2 more. Here's Carson Jones, the left-handed batter. Second strikeout and second batter that Sean Gamlin faces. Want to know more about how Sean throws his fastball? You can check out Red Wilson Whiffs on our YouTube page. 1 out, base is empty. 6-2, YD leads Bourne. Gamlin sets, his chin pressed against his jersey. First pitch to the lefty, fastball away. And the count 1 ball on those strikes. Shadows have fallen across most of the infield. Sun still above the clouds in center. Just touches the top of the foul pole down the right field line. 1 out. Swinging a foul tap on the change over towards the dugout of Bourne. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out and nobody on. Gamer, a wellness and exercise science major. Didn't start his college ball at Rhode Island College. Began his career at Fitchburg State, the home of Tim Foley. 1-1. Big slider and a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 1 out and nobody on. Tim Foley, the broadcaster for the Harwich Mariners. During the COVID year, Gamer pitched in the Newport Collegiate League, a makeshift league created amid the pandemic. And he won Reliever of the Year in the NCL, should we call it. 1-2. Swinging a line down the right field line, hooking towards the pole and foul. Carson Jones got a lot of that baseball, but could not keep it fair. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a head coach there of an NECBL team, the Ocean State Waves, saw how well Gamlin pitched, wanted a way to get him on the team. Gamer said playing in that league was a dream for him as a D3 guy. He made the All-Star game as the only D3 product. Everyone else was Division I, as time is called by Jones. And through a scoreless inning with scouts from every team watching, earned himself onto the Cape after a spectacular year at Rhode Island College. 1 out, base is empty, 6-2, YD leads. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Slider gets in the chase. That's 3 strikeouts and 3 batters for Sean Gamlin. And here's Wyatt Hensler. Last chance for the Bourne Braves. Down 6-2 as their 3-game winning streak hangs on the precipice. Gamlin in that all-star season with the Ocean State Waves, a 1.5 ERA. 17 innings, 36 strikeouts. His numbers this past spring are more impressive. 28 2/3, 66 strikeouts. Facing the righty Hensler, first pitch, swing and a miss. 92 on the fastball, no balls and 1 strike. Gamlin trying to strike out 4 batters, and all 4 he's faced here at Twilight at Red Wilson. 6-2, the Red Sox trying to come away with a victory. Be their 14th of the summer. 0-1. Fastball high. And they count 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Sean, a Rhode Island native out of West Kingston. Stares in, glove against his left shoulder, the ball behind his right hip. Nobody on, 2 away. 1-1 to Hensler. Fastball and a wave. And Sean Gamlin a strike away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the righty Hensler. Hensler with a closed off stance, a practice swing as he looks towards Gamlin, who lets out a big exhale. Extends his arms above his head. Time is called by Hensler, who restraps his glove. Trying to mess with the rhythm of Gamlin, who has been pitching to his own tune. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. Flag quiet and left. Golden hour here at Red Wilson. A haze over center field. 6-2 YD. 1-2. Strike three, called on the inside part of the plate on the slider, and that does it. 4 straight strikeouts by Sean Gamlin secure a 4-run win for the Whitey Red Sox. 6-2 the final score over the Bourne Braves. A fantastic finish thanks to the pitcher from Rhode Island College. As the Red Sox get a win in their final game of this 3-game homestand, we welcome you into the booth here at Red Wilson Field. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Sam Lebowitz. And Sam, well, the Red Sox didn't have the power you talked about in the open that they needed. The runs coming via a couple ground outs, via an error, a couple walks. It wasn't exactly high-octane offense, but 6 runs on the board, you come away with a win.
Yeah, the same way the Red Sox have been doing it really all season, especially of lately. Only 1 extra base hit in this game. It was a bloop double off the bat of Chase Meidroth in his first at-bat in the first inning. They didn't need it because they got guys on. The Braves were uncharacteristically wild. Bryce Cunningham, who came in with 4 walks in his 3 starts on the summer, he walked 4 in his 4 innings. The Red Sox took advantage of that. A couple of errors, doing what the Red Sox have done all summer, taking advantage of mistakes. They cut down the strikeouts today. They put more balls in play, especially with guys on, especially with fewer than 2 outs, resulting in runs. And it was key for the Red Sox. And in defense of Eric Yost, who again was outstanding.
Yeah, and let's talk about this pitching staff. This is a Bourne team that comes in averaging 9 runs a game in their last 3, and the Red Sox hold them to just 2. Fantastic start from Eric Yost. Sandwich, a great job by Sean Gamlin to finish. Zack Jacobs was strong in his outing. This is a YD team. It's the only pitching staff on Cape that has an ERA below 3, and they just continue to impress night in and night out.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter who's out there for the Red Sox because everyone has looked good. Really, the only guy today who was a little shaky was Zack Jacobs, and even still he struck out 4 batters in an inning and 2/3 in relief, showing off a really, really nice slider despite giving up some traffic in the home run to Chris Brito. But talk about Eric Yost, outstanding again. 6 more shutout frames after he put up 6 2/3 without an earned run in his last outing. I mean, this is a guy that you look at as a returner for the Red Sox coming into this summer as a Northeastern product, a temp, a local kid, maybe not someone that you anticipate being this effective throughout the summer, but 2 long outings in a row without allowing an earned run, an ERA that keeps getting lower and lower for the Northeastern native, and he's looking like one of your top guys.
Big stretch here for the Red Sox. They'll have 2 against Chatham, 2 against Brewster in their next 4, 3 of the next 4 on the road. They're going to need a couple of wins to try to buff up that lead atop the East. For Carlo Jimenez and Sam Lebowitz, our producer Zack Clapp, we're saying so long from Red Wilson. The final score, the YD Red Sox come away with a win in their final matchup with the Bourne Braves by a score of 6-2.